Alright, Ameera, can you do the intro, please?
Fine, I was gonna do it.
Why?
Mate, I just swallowed. I'm ready.
Oh. No, but as you're a special guest, you might as well.
No, one of them can.
Rah.
I believe in devs.
No, let's see if you look. No,
Go on,
how it goes.
no.
Come on.
Why you look? Nah.
Pressure.
You know what? It's too much pressure.
Yeah.
Too much pressure.
I'll do it.
You know, buckling, bro. What's going on?
No.
You're
Wait, how does it go? It goes.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know when the pressure gets.
Are you lot really listeners?
Yeah.
I like
I'm
the
listening
intro.
from the first episode.
I'm questioning myself.
can-
I'm thinking,
how
The
can-
first thing you hear every week, like you should,
Bro.
it should be committed to memory by now, no?
You
It's
lot
not
put
the
it
first thing because you guys speak first and then you do the intro.
Sometimes Brent cuts off the beginning part and he just goes straight in.
Straight in.
Nah, we picked the
Hi
wrong
guys,
three.
it's Gina.
Nah,
Yus.
use.
We picked the wrong. We picked the wrong three.
Hi guys, it's Junior News.
We really picked the wrong three.
No, alright, cool. It goes. Hi guys, it's Josh Gene and Big Man Use and meet us after. Welcome to Meet Us After 7.
Almost.
You know it's the pressure. You know it's. You know why? You know why you lot are saying that we're not committed listeners? I had to step in.
It's pressure.
I had to
Imagine.
step in.
I was like,
Okay.
I was gonna say my name.
Hi guys, it's Just Jean here with Big Man Youth and Ameera, Aharoun and Etienne and Brent, and this is Meet Us After 7. You were close. This new soundboard.
Yeah, this new soundboard
dead.
is ridiculously swag.
Is it slow or?
No, it basically cuts off the sound when you press a new sound. Whereas normally,
okay.
they
Like
they play in the
merge.
background, they merge together.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, episode 199. We finally did it. We've got the episode with the listeners on. We did it. Episode 199. Welcome, guys. Can we just get introduction? I know Gina's done it, but proper introduction, one by one. Start with you, young lady. What's your name?
Oh wait,
Where
who
you
you are, where you're from, and how long you've been listening to us, and what your favourite episode is. Pressure, I know.
from? No, we're gonna do that. I had that in my docket, but
Sorry.
yeah, we'll do that afterwards.
Okay, so I'll just say my name.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, my name's Ameera.
you sound like you're not.
How you long? So what? They can't say how long they've been listening for.
You can say that, but the whole what's your favorite episode? Save for later.
Okay.
I've been listening, I think from episode 30, but I went back.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you started at 30, but you went back to 1.
yeah.
She even knows the numbers. What was it? What was episode 30?
I
don't
can't
know.
remember. It was, I think Yus was on 3 shots and then you plugged me, at the time it was no carbs after 7.
Yeah.
And then I listened and then I was listening from there.
Okay. Oh, so
Yeah.
you found us through 3 shots.
Yeah.
Big up 3 shots.
I'm Aharoun. I have been listening since I want to say about episode 40. But I went back. I've come to a couple of live shows.
Yep.
Really good.
Yeah.
Committed. Love that.
Valentine's special, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember
You
him.
remember? Yeah.
It's this. Yeah, I think the reason I've been listening so long is because I love your dynamic.
Yeah.
It's, the chemistry is great.
Nice.
Like
Yeah.
it's like little brother, big brother.
Little brother, big brother.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's cool. It's alright.
No. Gina's man, innit? Like, it's
Say nothing.
not like.
Listen,
I feel like she punches me out. You know, I might.
someone
flinch a
wrote,
little bit.
someone
Might bleed.
wrote the other day on on YouTube, and was like, "Rah, Gina's proper mandem." And I was like, "What did I do?" And I still haven't got a response. So if you're listening, what did I do that made you think, "Rah, Gina's really mandem"? I need to know. Thanks.
I don't know. Last but not least.
My name's Etienne. Been listening from the first episode, to be fair.
Oh,
First episode.
my G.
So yeah. My favorite episode. I don't even know this.
No,
this-
we'll
Oh, you're starting out
We
from
can do
the
it later.
Yeah, but I listened from the first episode.
So the episode
I
where
got it from-
Yusuf was telling me that I'm gonna be single, and the reason why me and my friends are single
Oh,
because
was
I'm
sex
remember.
in
You
the
were
city.
Sex in the City.
Oh yeah.
I know
Sex in the City.
Oh my god.
That was.
And the
That's,
thing
a,
is,
that's
yeah,
a distant memory. I remember.
and the thing is, we've come a long way since then.
Yeah.
Because
Big man.
those friends who I was saying are all single.
Wow.
Everyone.
Two are one's married, one's engaged.
Yeah.
Wow, it's mad.
Thank God.
Everyone's
Thank God.
settled down.
Gina, you're next, yeah?
Amen.
We claim that.
Amen. But yeah, how's everyone's week been? How's everyone been doing today? Good.
Just
It's
work,
it's
really.
early, innit? It's still early in the weeks.
Yeah.
Midweek.
Still praying for Friday though.
Trust me.
Yeah, weekend's coming. You know what I want to talk about first, actually?
Quickly, sorry. Can I just say that I'm really enjoying the rain? I'm gonna
You
be
know
honest.
what?
Oh, everyone
last
who
week?
prayed for the rain. I
I'm
hope you're happy, innit?
Yeah, listen.
I'm
you see me?
ecstatic.
Listen.
Happy.
I wanted to go out and sing and dance. You know, I wanted to do.
Let's do a rain dance.
I literally wanted to do what's it
R&B
called?
old school.
R&B old school, like
Trust
with a
me.
leather jacket and nothing underneath, and I was ready because
With
I
a
was
stem
like,
Or like Usher.
Yeah.
I was thinking even Ray J.
Yeah, but there's rain, but this is too much rain.
Nah,
It's
big
too
man,
much.
it's not. You know when it's just tapping your window
Lovely.
pane,
It's ain't a bloody love song, mate.
bruv. I'm just like, whoo.
You know
No.
what? The heat last week was too unbearable.
No, it was.
You're walking out, you're sweating.
Yeah.
You need to go
Nah,
home
it
and shower
was-
and come back out.
It was too much.
too
I
much,
felt
man.
it was just rude, extremely rude and disrespectful. And I was like, no.
Now I enjoyed the heat apart from in the evening. So like if it was sunny up until like 8 and then rain from 8 till that'd be
But
perfect.
there was
That
no
perfect.
rain.
Yeah, there was nothing. Do you know what it was for me? There was no breeze. Like there was nothing. Like absolutely nothing. And I was just like, I don't understand. Like I would sit in my car. To be honest with you, thank you. Sit in my car, just so.
What happened?
That was hot.
Oh.
Sorry, it was me. It was me. Just so I could just be with the AC. That's how much it was.
All right, who's under 25 here? No one.
Oh, we thank God. Not like that, but
No, because I've been
Mature
seeing this
content.
whole under 25 Twitter versus over
You see,
25
I
Twitter.
used to think it was a joke because
Break it down for me, please. Break it down for me.
so for example, I follow my niece and nephew
Yeah.
on Twitter, and they're also like part of under 25 Twitter,
Yeah.
and they always like DM me things, and I will also DM them things, but in my mind, I always think it's a joke. Like they will always say, "Yeah, you're definitely like an auntie," but I'm actually their auntie. So do you know what I mean? But it's all like banter. But then when like people started getting people's dads involved, what happened?
No, but what's the whole spiel like?
I don't even know how it started, but I think what ignited it again recently
Yeah.
was, I think Bola. Is that her name?
Yeah,
Bola?
Bola who to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think she had a video that I actually liked on Twitter where she said, "Oh, you under 25 Twitter, something about, oh, if I see you guys at the bus stop soon." And then the under 25 Twitter started like saying to people, "Oh, well, at least we're not colorist.
Whose
At
phone
least
is
we're
that,
not
please?
this. At least we're not that." Mine's on airplane mode. But I think majority of the people thought it was a joke until clearly people started taking it seriously. Yeah. But everyone has the age, so I don't know why.
So what is it? Is it a case of
age.
is it a case of people who are under 25 are taking a piss out of people who
yeah.
are older?
My sister does it to me all the
Basically.
time.
But it's funny.
It is, but she, like my sister consistently reminds me, like she'll be like, "Ugh, that outfit is so over 25. And I'm like,
Wow.
sis, I'm 31. And she's like, I always forget. So she says she forgets that I'm that much older than her because I don't look that old and I don't act that old. So she always forgets. So she always tries to throw it as shade. Like imagine I was her age mate. It would be shade to be like, okay, you're acting a bit too old. But then I always have to remind her, sis, I'm not your age. And she's like, oh yeah. Because she does it all the time.
Or like even the other day, I was on FaceTime to my nephew and I was stretching and I must have gone like, ow, or something like that. He was like, yeah, your age is really showing.
Wow.
But it's
How?
funny.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're only like the age difference between me and my nephew, for example, I think is only like 2 years. Me and my niece, it's I think 9 years. My other nephew is about 4 years, but I feel like it's all banter. I don't know why everyone's taking it so seriously online.
Yeah.
I guess it's how you look at it. Some people are like actually taking it serious and letting
So-
it get to them. It's just like, it's not that deep.
Was
At all,
Bola
it's not that
basically
deep.
saying like how they don't drive or something like that?
I don't know. I only just saw the snippet. I didn't actually see the full or listen to the full podcast. I don't actually know how they got to that point, but
I think it probably just
that's
stemmed from younger people taking the piss out of older people, really.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I used to do it as well, so I can't really.
I mean, I still do. I do it to Yusuff all the time. We're age mates.
Basically, age, mate. keep
I
telling you
know,
that
but
all
I
the time.
still do it.
But it's like there's no under 20. Like it's such. I feel like after you graduate, you start your job. Everyone's like on the same level. Like your colleagues at work, you might see them as older, but like
You're doing the same
Yeah.
job.
doing the same job.
Yeah.
So the whole like or at the same parties or whatever. Like
I get you.
I think
what I
that
do.
happens when you're over the age of 23. When you're over the age of 23, everyone's basically the same age. I agree.
Nah, not 23.
You don't think so?
What? So
you know,
No, because you could be 23. You could be 23
Much better.
and you could be having a friend at work that's 29. It's only 6 years, but you don't look at each other's age. You're just like, oh, we're just one. When you're under the age of 23, you're not going to chat to someone that's 18, 19. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, oh, we're not on the same.
I think it depends on what you're comparing.
You could be anything. You could be at work and just like, you just look at someone different based on the age. You don't think so?
What, like you shouldn't be here because you're a certain age?
No, just like we don't have anything in common.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Because if you're 23, you're not going to go, oh, let me speak to someone at work. Not even like that. Just basically cheese with someone, chill with someone at work that's 18, 19.
Mm.
You don't think that's what I personally think? I don't.
I think
Yeah, go on.
go on.
No, go on.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. For me, when it came to work, it was more about race than anything else. I'm just not
I'm joking. Go on.
in the sense
Go on,
of
sis.
if I was at a workplace, yeah, and there was only me and another black person there, despite their age,
Yeah.
based on us being black, I would vibe with them more anyway.
100%.
So in my probation job,
Yeah.
I was one of the youngest people there in the office. It's not really a young job anyway. So in my office, there was a few young ones, but in terms of like a black young professional, it was only me. And I had colleagues that were a bit older than me, that were white, whatever. But I naturally just vibed with all the black colleagues, aunties, uncles. Like they became my auntie and uncle. Like
Yeah.
I would literally vibe with them, talk about life, talk about
Effortless.
culture. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it was less about age and just more about how I can relate to you on like
Yeah.
a wider scale of things. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by race. Not saying it was a racial thing, but
Yeah.
I just naturally gravitated more towards black people. Even in terms of like, oh, what are you eating for lunch today?
But I think that's natural because you're black.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
gravitate towards
to
black people
someone,
anyway.
Yeah.
I think in regards to age, in the workplace, I can kind of chat to anyone really. Like I can adapt and mold myself to talk to someone who's 19, someone who's 40, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me, to be fair. Within the workplace though, I understand what you mean because I've worked with people where I'm like, there's a 10-year difference minus and there's a 10-year difference plus.
Mm.
It is what it is. But obviously, if I'm black, I'm going to gravitate towards more black people. But
Mm.
Asians is my bag though.
Asians
I'm
is your
joking.
bag.
I was trying to trigger Brent.
A Turkish
Asians
I
are
thought
in
you
your bag.
said
No,
Turkish.
Asians are my
I thought you said
bag
Turkish
because
people
I-
were your bag.
I like Asians. What's that?
I thought you said Turkish people were your bag. You know,
Listen,
they're black, innit?
No, it is. I got buried this Asian, this Turkish thing.
Can
yeah.
I just?
Go on.
I had a really interesting conversation with an old friend today, and
Was he or she Turkish?
no, he's black, but he married a Turkish person,
Okay.
and he was like, "I've never experienced so much racism. I've never experienced racism in my life."
I have to take my thing back.
Until- so we didn't even finish the conversation, but he was like, "Gina, imagine the mum didn't like him because obviously he was black, and then there was a day where he was like." Lingering around outside, she didn't know he was there, and she was like, "I don't want to see that fucking black cunt in my house
Raw.
again," in front of his daughter, by the way.
Damn.
So yeah, he's got a daughter and a son, and she would say these things in front of his kids, and he was like, that was just like the last straw, and it made him think, wow, what does she say
Well, I'm not
when
there.
I'm not there?
Yeah,
But
it's
his
mad.
brother said something. Her brother, like his partner's brother, said something about, why did you bring a black guy into our family? Do you know they were slaves?
Whoa, that took a left.
Literally, and I was,
Turkish man exits.
I was like, wow.
That's mad.
I feel like sometimes people put up with more in interracial relationships than they would in like a same race relationship. Because think about it, if your mother-in-law is going to be speaking to you like that, you might not stick it on her, but you're definitely going to have words with your partner to say, okay, that can't really run. But I feel like with interracial relationships, everyone's constantly firming. Come on.
From being black, do you think that comes from some of our heritage? Because we are brought up programmed to be respectful to elders. So like he might see his mother-in-law and want to say these things, but because he's saying, okay, I'm always going to be respect my elders, he's like, she's moving a bit mad, but like she's my elder.
Even that, I think we need to step away from.
Oh, I
Like,
did.
I feel
like
I
when-
stepped away from that.
when I
years
stepped away
ago.
from that, I was so much more happy.
As in, stepped away from what? Just cussing people out?
No, like,
it's come to a point where now my mum knows, like, for example, I'm Sierra Leonean, by the way. So my mum's Sierra Leonean. And one of the things she would do is if I didn't want to speak to a family member, she would still give me the phone.
Yep.
And be like, oh, by the way, yeah, she's here. She's going to speak to you. And
Yeah.
I'm looking at her like, I don't want to speak to this person. Until one day I said, yeah, I don't want to speak to them. She's like, you're going to embarrass me. Well, you're going to be embarrassed because next time now you're not going to do that again because you felt that shit. Even to the extent where now if aunties want to comment on something like they shouldn't really be commenting, she'll be like, please. Like she'll be speaking to them so that I don't embarrass her in her mind. So I think that sometimes we need to step away from that than aunties as well.
But why don't you want to speak to the auntie?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind to, but my mum most of the time would calm the situation so that I don't say anything to the auntie.
No, but what I mean is, what's happening between you and the auntie?
Oh, they would comment on stupid things. You know, like how aunties would be like, "Oh, I don't know if you don't experience it, but I feel like aunties pick
Your
on
way-
women.
Yeah.
They
Your
haven't
way,
seen you in
why
2 years.
is
And
it
it's like, oh my
so-
God,
This is
you're so
so
big
small.
now.
Yeah.
When will you marry?
Yeah.
You were
I feel
picking
like
and
for-
choosing. It's like,
especially
when are you
on,
gonna
I
have
feel like,
children?
especially because we're women. It's like
No, that happens.
That
to me.
happens with
not,
guys.
Not about weight, but about marriage. all the
I know
time.
sometimes wait. Sometimes wait.
But because you're a guy, the pressure's not that bad for you. Like with
That's what you like to think, right?
no, I'm saying, Yusuff, at the end of
No,
like
it's
if you were
constant.
25,
I think pressure is subjective to the individual.
Okay,
and the
true.
family environment. So
So-
I'm the only guy. So like
Even
every
as a-
Christmas,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you've put on weight. You've lost the weight. Oh, what about your girlfriend?
But where do you think that comes from? The overt questions. The questions that are so personal, like, oh, you put on weight.
So-
Where's your boyfriend? Where's your
I mean,
girlfriend?
with
I think
with
it's because
Nigerians,
they don't have manners.
Because Africans are very brash and they don't hold their
They
tongue.
don't-
Nigerians are direct.
they
and
don't
they're very
have a
direct.
filter. Yeah. So
and that's the story. Yeah.
and
What
they
is
don't-
it? Is it? Sorry to interrupt. Is it away from them just being rude, or they just don't care? They're just
don't- I don't-
asking something because they're just asking. Just
I don't
blatantly,
think.
bam.
I don't even think they think they're being
They
rude.
just say stuff.
They just
No,
say it.
it's just their nature, innit? I don't think they think they're being rude. I think they think they're just talking normally. This is how they are.
But
innit?
no, they know you're being rude because if they start saying, for example, if they say to you, "Oh, when will you marry? Where's your husband?" and you
Yeah.
say to them, "Yeah, but Uncle's been in Sierra Leone for the last 10 years," they understand
That is
See,
rude.
You've even said
Yeah.
"Mm-mm" because you understand that's rude.
Yeah.
So
But
why
it's
is
not-
me
it's not
saying,
rude.
"Where's Uncle?"
It's not rude though. An auntie asking you when you're going to get married. It's not.
It
I don't
is-
think it's
it's a-
rude.
it's
You know
It
what? I think
It's,
it is.
no, it's how she asks.
I don't think that all of them
No, you
mean
know
it
what
from
it
a bad
is?
place because think about it.
I
For
just
example,
think-
I'm
No, go on.
29.
Yeah.
My mum was already married with 2 children by this age.
Yeah. You know why?
Like
Because they judge
mortgage, cars,
they judge
everything.
us off of their generation.
Yes.
Perfect, yeah.
Which
Yeah.
they shouldn't do because things
Changed.
have
Different.
changed
Yeah.
and it don't work the way, innit? But I don't think it's rude because it is coming from a good place.
Not all the time though,
Sometimes
because
it
I
might be a
feel
bit
like
shady,
sometimes it's
but
shady and it's in comparison to your
others.
peers or
Yeah,
your
it's
friends.
always
or
comparison.
look at your cousin. Look at your sister. Look at that's not coming from a good place.
And you know where that comes from? They don't realize that it could damage someone, very much damage someone mentally. They're asking, like for example, say if you're trying for a baby and she don't know this and she's like, where's your children? And you don't know that, God forbid, you had like 2-3 miscarriages. They don't really realize,
Valid point.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
So with that, I don't know if it will change anytime soon, but the generation coming up, it will definitely change.
Oh yeah, for us, for our
Yeah,
age group,
yeah.
for sure.
We
But
get
our
it.
parents' generation, no, it's lost.
do you know what? I think I agree with you because I'm definitely. But to be honest, I think I've been like this since I was a kid though. Like I've always been the outspoken, the child that my mum would just be like, like I've never minced my words, even with adults. And I guess I've always just believed that I get that you're an adult, but respect also has to be earned, and
Facts.
it's a two-way thing.
Facts.
So if an auntie comes for me, I'm coming back. And my mum's always, you're embarrassing, but it's like, big man, no. So she like everyone in my family knows. It's like
But you know what? You saying that, Gina, is that bad for you to actually stick up for yourself? Because as you said that you was an outspoken child, say someone comes to you, says something rude, you're not having it. Is it bad? Because some people might be like, you need to respect your elders,
Yeah.
but
At what
I don't think
expense?
it's disrespect. You sticking up for
You know
yourself.
what it is, yeah? Within African culture and African community, you can't just willy-nilly just talk back to your elders just because...
Oh, I can.
No,
Wait, why is that though? Yus?
because that's just the way we've been
Oh,
raised.
okay,
That's the
fair
way I was
enough, yeah.
raised. I can't just like...
Yeah.
I've never ever given any uncles and aunts any back chat in my life.
But that's
Wait, but
because
is-
maybe your aunties and
I've-
uncles are not mannerless.
I've bantered some of the uncles. Like I'll do my rebuttal in a banter way if me and him have that type of rapport.
Yeah.
I'll never just be outright rude because I feel like what he's saying is rude to me.
Do you know what it is?
I mean,
I'm only like that if what you've said to me triggers me
yeah.
and it's personal
Yeah.
or something that like. So growing up,
just laugh it off.
no, because Yusuff, when I was young, my weight was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
So I hated. It's like I know I'm fat.
Mm.
Why do you have to remind me every time you see me? Like I know if I'm eating, you're commenting. Do you know what I mean? It's like I remember I'm a child, innit? So it just got to a point where I was like, nah, F this, because my mum, my own mum who gave birth to me, doesn't behave like this with
Yeah.
me. Do you understand what I mean? When I'm eating, my mum doesn't. She doesn't make she doesn't make shady comments or make me feel some type of way. She understands that I'm a child and I'm growing and. Look, like obviously, eventually I've got here in it,
Yeah.
but it's like if every time you see me, hey, and in Tree we've got a term called obolobo, which is like basically obolobo is like if you're big, innit?
Sounds like it.
Exactly.
Oompa Loompa or something.
Exactly. So, hey, obolo, like that's what they'll call
Yeah.
you, and it's like it's meant to be funny. But if you're a child who's insecure about their weight,
It's not.
funny.
And
think it's
they're
also mad
fat as
'cause, like,
well.
you
Most of the
realise-
time they're fat
And
as
the
well.
thing is,
Look
sis,
in the mirror.
you're not a snack. You are not a snack.
And you
So
haven't
that's
been
Yeah,
for
but
a
she's trying to
minute.
be. She's
But-
auntie.
exactly. So
Aunties
who
don't need to be a snack.
told you I'm trying to be a snack at 8 years old? Or at 10.
No, but it's not
Oh.
about being a snack at 8. Come on.
But you know what it's about?
But that's what I'm saying. And it's like when you're making comments, like, and this is the thing here. It's because I remember what certain people have said to me, and it's like, Gina, get over it. But it's like, nah. One of my aunts was like, oh, you make my kids look like we're in famine. Like, I make them look bare skinny. Like, basically, like.
But I think it's also in terms of what they've said. It's because if you take it away from them, just a random adult that you don't know that's saying that to you, and you're an adult, you're not taking that. I think the reason we have this thing is that we're just built up to respect them and to not talk back regardless of what they say. But as you become an adult, you realize, no, you're moving mad. I wouldn't take that if someone else, if a colleague said that to me. So I can't take it if you're saying it to me.
I think it's different when you're older. Like, for example, has anyone been beat by an uncle or auntie before?
Impossible. No way.
No.
Impossible.
No.
The only person that's beating me is my mum and dad.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that's because of how I've been brought up.
I've never been hit by anybody else. But
I think I've probably been hit a couple times, but
I don't think if I ever did though.
no, when I mean uncle and auntie, I don't mean the family friends who are your uncles.
No,
and
but as in,
aunties.
like,
I mean
your mum's
your
sister.
actual auntie, your actual uncle is what I'm
But
saying.
you know,
That's
you know,
another
you
thing.
lot,
Everyone is uncle or auntie.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean your real uncles and aunties.
but if you lot have children, like
You think
5 years, would you allow that?
No. That's
So
what I'm
why-
saying.
that's
I
why-
don't.
that's what-
but you're forgetting this is a complete different age and time. So
Generation.
we can't even make that comparison, in my opinion.
But I also think you have to remember.
Beat my children.
Would you?
100%.
Why?
Because
But you should be disciplining your children, not your. I think
Yeah,
there's
but if
difference
I'm not
between
there-
beating, putting hands on.
if I'm
and-
not there,
Yeah.
then they are my representative.
Okay.
If
that's
it is that
fine.
they're
Yeah, that's fair.
misbehaving in front of my
That's fair.
brother
Mm-mm.
and they know I told them to calm themselves, yeah, my brother has the authority to.
Listen,
to be-
if my nephew's acting a fool, I'm gonna beat him. Okay.
No, but the
I'm
thing
not
is,
gonna
you
lie
know,
though,
I
beating-
haven't hit my niece and nephew.
Either
and
have
my
I.
niece be tripping.
I didn't say I'm gonna beat you to
Yeah.
death, but I mean,
It's
Yeah.
I'll give him a
corrective
little ear pause.
Yeah.
Little,
But I've got
You know
an
what I mean?
issue with the whole
Hitting.
like hitting children because I feel like, for example, as adults, why are we not allowed to hit each other? That's problematic. If anyone here was to hit another person, we've got an issue with that.
Mhm.
But if we're hitting
Kids.
young human beings, which are children,
It's okay.
all of a sudden it's okay.
It's okay.
If your partner beats you up, that's an abusive relationship.
Mhm.
But and also another thing is, especially as a father, sometimes you hitting your daughter, and especially when some people are like, oh, but at least my dad was telling me why he was hitting me. But what was he saying? He was saying, oh, I'm doing this for your own good. When you grow up and your partner's punching you in the face and they're saying, I'm doing this for your own good, all of a sudden your trauma kicks in and it's like, this is normal.
Yeah.
I get
Because
you.
people that love me hit me.
Yeah.
Are you talking about hitting each other for no reason or for a reason?
What do you mean?
I
Like
got-
hitting your partner?
Because you compared adults hitting kids, adults hitting each other, and
But
partners hitting each other.
even sometimes your partner can disrespect you and you want to punch them in the face.
No, that's
It
what I
doesn't mean that
So
it's
I'm
right.
talking about within conflict.
Yeah, within conflict.
I
So
feel like
maybe
that's the
even if the
only-
child is disrespecting
Yeah,
you and you're hitting
it's
them,
always
Yeah.
out of conflict.
your
anyway,
partner,
no?
yeah, it's always out of your partner
No,
disrespecting
yeah, but-
you and you want to
but
hit them.
Sometimes kids get hit.
But
Like, for
or
example,
sometimes there are frustrations as well.
I've been hit not for conflict
That's
reasons.
it is. 100% of the time
conflict,
it's
what do you mean?
frustration.
As in, okay, in a child's perspective, this is the child's misbehaving. They've done something heinous. You hit them.
Yeah.
I've been beaten for like no reason before or a very tiny reason. Those for me are not justified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm running amok in my house,
Mm.
like just causing bare trouble, then I think the beat is justified. To
I
a
don't-
degree.
no.
But that's because this is where I was raised.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not gonna
There
lie.
needs to be some discipline, is what you're saying.
It's discipline.
Yeah, my environment was quite abusive.
Mm.
So I don't know anything less. Does that make
Mhm.
sense? So I've seen guys hit girls and think it's normal.
Yeah. It's
Mm.
normal.
So that's why I can really relate to what you're saying. Do you get what I mean?
Mm.
Because it's so normal for me. And when I have conversations, okay, Gloria, for example, yeah, I can have conversations with Gloria. Because we spoke about this on the pod. Like, do you remember the episode where the dad was beating the son and
Yeah, go on, go on.
like every time there's ever been like a child abuse kind of video and we have a discussion, Gloria is extremely opposed to it. And I guess it's because she hasn't been, it's not her norm. So whenever I've watched any video or that kind of stuff, it doesn't, I don't look at it and think this is wrong or this is, for me, I'm like, okay, like, because it's my norm. If that
This is
makes
the way
sense.
we were raised.
Yeah.
So,
So
You know what? Saying that, I used to get beats as well, but when I view them same videos or whatever, it actually makes me feel sick. It's like as you were saying that you're a big adult, and if you hit someone else as an adult, it's a bad thing. But you're hitting a child, it's like how
It's
do you?
no, but it's still a bad thing to hit a child.
No,
Yeah.
but
So-
for example, there's a video like I think the child got bad grades or something.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what she's talking about.
It's like and you're just hitting the child like it's
Yeah.
nothing. And what makes it worse? Someone's videoing it.
No,
That's
that one, because
Which, like,
it
we
was
only know
the
because-
mum. The mum was even videoing it.
But I
And she
think-
was doing
Mad.
I think we're forgetting, like, hitting children, hitting adolescents is wrong. But in certain cultures, it's
Wait,
become
wait,
normalized.
wait,
Wait, one second. It's become normalized. So it's not a case of if we hit each other, it's a problem, and we hit kids, it's not a problem. No, it is a problem to hit kids. But in certain cultures, especially within the black community, African community, it's just normalized.
It's because I feel like in our community, that's the only way they knew how to discipline kids.
Yeah.
And that's the
Yeah,
only
I agree with
that's
you.
the only that's how they know how to discipline kids. So I feel like they don't know any different, because it's like you get compared to white kids where it's like a white kid can talk back or have a conversation with their parent, whereas when it's black kids, it's like do you imagine like watching
This
EastEnders
is it.
or watching
This is
EastEnders?
why you need to beat your kids.
don't get it.
Not to the abuse levels, by the way, because you just said hitting children is wrong, full stop. But it's just culture. I don't think that the reason why you look at those videos and you feel
It's
a
because it's
certain way
abuse,
is
right?
because it's abuse.
Yeah, it's very.
It's because there's no love there.
Yeah,
Even though
of course.
you got licks when it is that you were young, and now
Yeah.
you're old and you look
You're
back
just
at those
like,
videos, you're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But how do you hit
'Cause-
someone with love?
I feel like love is not
That's
always
a
just
good question.
doing what helps someone. Sometimes you have to. Okay, so there's a fire there. I can see you're walking towards the fire. I can tell you stop walking towards the fire. If you don't listen to me, you'll go in the fire. If I grab you and pull you back from the fire, it's a bit aggressive, it's a bit violent, but I've stopped you from burning yourself.
Yeah, that's
And I
okay.
think a lot of times with rearing children, they explore, and sometimes you can see the danger and you're trying to avert them from the danger. There are other ways, there are other methods, It doesn't always have to be physical, but I think that's the method that our parents
Because it's
learnt.
they're frustrated.
No. That when your parents hit you out of frustration, that I don't think that's acceptable. Because for a long time, I was terrified of my mom because she was annoyed, she's angry. She lashed out at me. I think there's a very big difference between just lashing out at a child because they're
Because
smaller
of
than you, because you can pick on them.
Yeah.
Between actually what you're doing is wrong, so I'm trying to help discipline you. I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
So when you go later, you be here later because you didn't try and my nephew. He tried to have an umbrella and jump off a roof.
Jesus Christ.
But so when you're in your kid, you think, that's fine. But
You probably saw it in a film.
But you know what? Do you not think it's upon yourself as an adult to actually think about what your child does and how it could affect them? Like, for example, you beating your child, would it help them? You speaking to your child, would it help them? You need to think about what could help the child as they go older.
But do you know
slapping
what?
up your child,
But
not for everyone.
also,
I was gonna
Children
say that-
are so hardened.
One second,
No,
one
no,
second,
no,
one
like,
second.
I
Let's-
was
let's
gonna say
also
that, yeah,
remember
there's a difference between
levels
slap.
to-
Yeah, because
to getting beat.
if I was gonna hit my child, yeah, I'm not punching up and
Yeah.
humping
I
at
think
my
in
child.
your
I'm
mind,
gonna
you're thinking
take
of, like,
their
serious,
hand
like,
and
Not
give them
even-
a
No,
smack.
you
Not
know what?
even.
Sorry to interrupt. Because of me, for example, everyone has a different mind. Not everyone's mind works the same. Me, I'll be getting slaps because I did this at school. Do you think it changed what I was doing at school? No. I'll go do the same thing. What did change is if my mom spoke to me, sat down and said this, that, and actually you could identify this is really hurting my mom's
Look at
feelings.
Brent's face. He's like, that's nice.
Because it's nice. That is
no,
nice.
Because
Yeah,
you know what
of
it is?
course.
Everyone reacts
Let
to
my mother and father come and Brent, don't do that at school.
No, Brent.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
Brent, but
right.
it's not even like that. It's like you're an adult. You should know. You have the mental capacity
They
to
do.
know
Everyone does.
what is right and what is wrong. Me slapping a child, for me, I'm not going to slap my child. I got slaps. But I don't think it works for everybody. It didn't work for
I
me.
feel like the same
didn't.
people that want to beat their children because, their children are not listening to them, if their manager at work, like for example, if my manager at work is talking to me reckless, they're misbehaving, I don't like how they're behaving, there's sometimes you might want to punch up your colleagues, but guess what? You're not going to
The thing
because
is,
you've got,
I hear
which
you,
means you
but
can't confirm
compare
it.
those two
I
You
don't
scenarios.
can.
think- No, do you know why?
You can because
No, because
now
Ameera, you've got a lot more.
It's whole
You've got a
different-
lot more to
it's a
lose. I feel
complete
like you
different
can't compare the
scenario.
scenario.
Let's hear it explain how
so
she can.
how
Go on.
come you've got strain to think, oh no, like you've got a lot to lose, like, oh, I've got bills to pay, I've got da-da-da-da. But then with your child, you don't feel like you've got anything to lose. They
It's
could
not-
grow up and resent you.
No, but then that's what I'm saying. It's about the degree in
It's
it.
about
So I'm
levels,
literally not.
levels to this.
I get what you're
It's not
saying.
all the same.
I really get what you're saying, but I feel like for me, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm if me and my colleague are going at it, I'm not slapping. We're beefing. So I'm not gonna.
So would you risk it?
I'm
Would you
not
risk
gonna.
it all, Gina? If
It depends. Look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. It depends on the degree of disrespect.
Okay.
I can't take disrespect.
Me
to
too.
you
Yeah.
So there's
personally.
a level of
I have,
disrespect.
I have
Are
a
you
short fuse.
gonna start
Yeah.
fighting?
So
In the office?
if it gets to that level where I see red, it's not a calm
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, I agree.
We're beefing properly.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm gonna lose my job, because I could slap you and still lose my job.
Yeah.
So if I'm losing my job, I'm
I'm gonna
losing my
get my
job
proper
with
licks in.
them.
Listen, this
I'm
convo is
losing-
all about the degree of the actual situation in
Right,
front of us.
exactly. So if I'm gonna, if it's gonna get to that point where I'm gonna be physical with you, I know that already I'm gonna lose my job. So I'm losing my job with him. I'm sorry, but I'm going out like a champ. Anyway,
Makes sense.
that's one situation. But the point I'm making is, again, it's the same with my child. The degree is never gonna be the same. So I'm gonna discipline. If I'm gonna hit my child, one, I'm not gonna hit my child for no reason. Two, I'm not gonna hit my child out of frustration. That I don't agree with at all. Like, your child is not a punching bag.
Yeah.
It depends on the degree of the offense that they've done.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna hit my child for any silly reason. Do you understand what I mean? And I'm only gonna hit my child when, for example, like my niece. My niece knows she's free, fair enough, yeah. But she knows when something is right and when something is wrong. Like she knows, and
they always know.
she's cheeky. So you tell her, Avery, don't do that. Avery, don't do it. You're continuously telling her, and she don't care. She's disregarding you.
She sees you as a white woman, that's why.
Thank you very
Oh my
much.
God. No, but Gina,
She's disregarding you. She's disregarding. Like she don't care.
Hey, Gina.
Like I'm trying your approach, yeah. Where Avery, sit down. I'm having a conversation with her. It's not working. So what do I do next?
Grab
I'm
her by the
asking you.
throat. I'm playing.
No, but yeah.
No, but I'm asking in that situation. If I've tried your approach,
Yeah.
I've never hit my niece though.
Yeah.
Lord knows I've wanted to on so many occasions.
Yeah,
of course.
But because she's not my child, I literally don't.
You can't do it.
I don't ever.
Yeah.
Like I literally have there's too many occasions
Yeah.
where her behavior, in my opinion, is extremely unacceptable.
But she gets tickets at home, right?
This is the thing. Her mum doesn't hit her.
100%.
Her mum doesn't discipline her, and I'm not joking. That's why she's. That's what. No.
I feel like-
because she's so scared of her dad. Her dad's my brother, and my brother can, when he stands up and just speaks.
Yeah. But
When
you
is
could-
her mum? No, you're not coming here anymore. And then she starts. Do you know what I mean? Just being this spoiled little kid. But with her dad, no, like he's not having it. Like my nephew would do silly things like. He wants to watch a game on the phone. We're busy. He will slap your phone out of your hand
Wow.
and have a tantrum.
Yeah, that's
My
mad.
brother will smack him
Yeah.
and he'll start crying and
Does he
throwing
do
a
it again?
tantrum. Yeah, he does.
That's
No. After it's done, he sits down
Oh, but next
and
week, is he doing it again?
no, like he has moments. It's not like a continuous
Oh,
thing.
okay.
But his mum won't discipline him or be like, don't do it. She'll like, oh, stop it or rub his back on. I'm just literally like.
I think the biggest thing with all this is, okay, you have these children, but did you have these children because you wanted these children, or did you have these children because it was an expectation? I think our parent generation, our grandparents' generation, there was a module of, university, job, marriage, children. And they continue the cycle. And I think a lot of the abuse and the violence towards children comes from the fact that I didn't want you. Like, you're here because I thought I had to have you, but now you're here, I realize.
so?
Yeah, I think
I think,
because
a lot of the
I
frustration
think that can be the case in some scenarios, but I don't think
I
that's
don't
like
think
a
it's-
general
yeah.
rule.
I don't think they'll
I don't-
resent you.
I think that's very specific to
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
I think that's specific to like someone who generally didn't want to have
Yeah.
kids. Do you get what I
think
mean?
a lot of African parents, we're proper bashing African people in it, but
I feel
African
like we're
parents,
just talking.
They deserve it. Those bastards.
I feel
No,
like
we're just
African
talking about
parents,
we're talking about our experiences.
yeah.
Hold on, where's everyone
so-
here from? Sorry. Sierra Leone, I know.
Nigeria.
Nigeria, and
I'm from the Caribbean.
where in the Caribbean?
Montserrat.
No
Okay.
way.
Yeah.
I heard Montserrat's
wow.
like the country's gone, bro.
Nah, it's
No.
not gone, but there's the
About 70% of it is
Yeah.
like volcano. Like
Yeah.
you can't
Oh,
access
okay,
it's
okay.
it.
very small. There's
I-
like 5,000 people there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
like-
knows each
Wow.
other.
Because I got a
apparently.
lot of friends from there,
Volcanoes and goats.
and he told me he told me
Are you
years ago
okay?
that volcanoes
No,
destroyed
but
the whole.
he said
whole country.
volcanoes and goats. It's the fact that you mentioned goats is
You
killing
know,
me.
Life
you
has
know what is
gone.
crazy?
5,000 people is nothing.
You know what is crazy? Like 2/3 of the island is
Yeah.
like you can't go there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, literally. It's
Why?
Because of volcano
Yeah.
in 1996. That's why I'm here. Because my mom came through. I was like, nah,
Yeah, because my
I
ex
can't
is
live
from
there.
Montserrat.
Yeah. So there's the people there. There's not much people there, man. You walk around.
He said when he was born, he was the only baby in the hospital.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, your ex.
Because
Yeah.
there's only
Okay.
like I know there's only one or two hospitals, and they're not big. They're quite small, to be fair. But what do you expect of an island?
5,000 people.
But do you know what I was
Don't
gonna
need that
say?
many
It must be like, I feel like, imagine growing up where everybody knows each other, like, you know, like that proper community vibe. I can imagine because
So
the
like
island's so small.
But you know what?
No.
It's so good about having a place
No,
so
not
small.
London, but
I'm
do you get what I
playing,
mean?
You know what's good about having a place so small? For example, say if you run into some trouble, God forbid you lost your job, you couldn't afford a house, people know you that will take you in. People know that will feed you. You're not going to go hungry there. Like, as you said, it's a community.
That's what I
Pe-
mean. Like,
that's
I
why I
can
love
imagine
going
it
there.
proper being like a proper community.
Yeah.
And
Leave your doors
like,
open.
or like if you're looking,
Yeah.
everyone knows where everyone lives,
Yeah.
everyone knows where everyone works. It's
That's the
like,
thing.
it's quite safe and like, it's
Yeah.
just, it has a nice, cute vibe.
Yeah, it's sick. Like, so if someone does something, everyone knows that person did that.
Or if
that
someone
person-
passes away, like,
Yeah,
everyone goes
you know
to the
what,
funeral.
It's so mad. If someone passes away in Montserrat, yeah, my mum will get a phone call, like, and just know. Like, for example, rest in peace, Black the
Black the
Ripper.
Ripper.
He passed away, and I found out through my cousin. He was like, Black the Ripper, because my cousin was there at the time. It's like, yeah, that happened because news travels so quick there
Yeah.
because of how many people was there.
That can be good and bad.
Yeah,
I think
definitely
that's
good and bad.
That's all. That's not all good though.
Nah, it can be bad, man, because everyone knows your
That's what
business.
I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So everyone knows that.
Everyone in your
having
business and
having an
I
affair.
was going to say,
Yes,
You're related to the ex.
I could
You
be.
know what?
You know what?
Yeah.
I could be. You know.
Might even know ex. What's his name?
But it's small, man. It's lovely though. It's lovely and peaceful.
Do you know what? Since we're on this topic though, I feel like the dilemma,
Oh yeah, Gina,
I
you
got
told me to remind
today.
you that we've got a dilemma.
I don't need you.
Oh,
The dilemma
oh,
that.
Okay, don't ever text me again.
No,
Then.
I'm joking. It's just.
I don't need you.
No,
You needed
you know
me
what I
earlier.
mean? I did, but it's because I remembered, and it's because of the topic we're talking about. I feel like this is kind of in line in theme. So it says, "Hi Gina, I hope all is well. I have a dilemma. This issue is regarding my mum making me do too much. My mum has survived in this big London for over 40 years, but yet when it comes to speaking to people on the phone, writing letters and advocating for herself, she'll call me to do it. I've become sick of this because I feel used. She pretends that this is for my benefit or that I talk professional and have a first-class degree, but she's moving like them parents that don't speak English. It's annoying. I have my own life to deal with, which is a madness, and she's expecting me to drop everything to attend to her needs. What do I do? Because I don't think I can hack it anymore. She didn't meet a deadline, and on a slide, she wants to blame me for not picking up the phone and calling these people on her behalf when she's a big woman and she could have done it herself. Bear in mind, when I'm in my own troubles, I only have me, myself, and Jesus. Please advise."
Whew, just
Before we get into the dilemma, can I ask a question to the room? How much do we owe to our parents? Like, obviously, we wouldn't be here without them.
I know,
Especially
but
our mothers who
you know what
carried
it-
us for 9 months.
you know what it is about
how
that?
much do we owe? Like,
We
and I
owe-
want Brent. I think Brent's got a good answer for me. How much do you owe to our parents?
You know what it is for me, yeah? I definitely owe my parents a lot, like, because they've done a lot for me. However, what me and my siblings have continuously kind of drilled into my mum's head, because my mum's very like, she likes to make you feel guilty.
yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And always reminds you on that guilt card, and big man, I'm over it. Like, okay, you're not the only single parent in the world. Like, not like that, but I'm not reducing her experience, but
Please don't.
no, I'm not. I'm not. But
Auntie Adelaide.
we're tired. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like me and my siblings have done a lot for her, and not because we have to. And this is what.
Hold on, Chris, quickly, because your mum listens to this. How would you feel hearing this back?
I mean, I've had the conversation with
Oh,
her.
fair enough.
No, like we have the conversation, and
Yeah.
I'm not. Mama, I love you. I'm basically, the point I'm making is I feel like African parents in particular, sometimes it's like we're like not financial cash cows, but it's always this like, oh, if it wasn't for me, and it's like, you know what, I appreciate it and I thank you, but again, I didn't ask to be here either though. Like, not saying that I'm not grateful that I'm here, because I really am, but you also need to understand, you made a choice to have me. So you doing that, you knew what it came with, and I'm extremely grateful for that. But like, you can't,
Now that I'm here, let me.
like,
live
you
my
have
life.
to just be
Basically.
mindful, but like, I feel like sometimes it's a bit too much. It's a bit too much, and it's this expectancy. And if you don't do it, or like maybe want to live your own life, you're ungrateful or you're not respecting your parents. And I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know how to
I understand
say
what you're saying.
Yeah. So
Sure.
I feel like definitely owe my parents a lot, and I'm definitely grateful for me being here and stuff like that. But I feel like sometimes it does come across very like you owe me the rest of your life because I brought you into this world, and it's like, oh, okay.
It's interesting because I think you can see the same. Or you can see the relationship with different races. So with all of my white colleagues, they have money, and their money is for them, just them. Whereas my money, I feel, is more for my family, and I've seen this term of there's like a tax on like black professionals because you earn an income or whatever, and then you give money to the house for rent, you give money back home, and these things that others don't have to do, and it's you kind of wonder when will it end? Like, will it be our generation that our children can then have their own stuff, or will we still be thinking well, I got to this certain level of success, and then I'll have children, and they'll prop me up and take care of me the rest of my life. Like, it's hard because again, my mom, single mom mainly, I love her to death. I owe her a lot because of what she's done for me, but sometimes there's a sense of entitlement. Like you can't say no. Yeah. Like can you borrow me £100? But I gave birth to you. Like
borrow your parents' money.
But it's there. It's
Hold on,
a
has
tough
anyone's
conversation.
parents actually used that line? Like, I gave birth to you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Swear down.
not okay. Because she listens, I can't really talk, man. It's just so jarring. Because actually,
It's
Too late now.
too late, man. You're already in there, man.
no, it's fine.
I feel like
I
we
love you,
work
Mama.
backwards, and I feel like our generation, what we're trying to do is, not our generation, my mum's generation and those before her, I'm assuming that their pension plan was having children.
Yeah.
So you have children, that's your pension, especially if you have more than one child. You've definitely diversified your portfolio.
What do you mean? You're different.
It's the streams of income.
Yeah, literally.
Like my grandma, for example,
Better
12
than the
children.
passive income.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
12 children.
12 streams
And
of
in
income.
your mind, you're thinking, okay, if 6 of them are bums, at least 6 of them have to make it.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to have that 6 income. With us now, we're trying to emulate some of our white counterparts, especially in the professional field. Like, for example, one of my colleagues, when she was getting married, her parents gave her money, but her grandparents also gave her money. Whereas with us, it's like, when it's Eid, for example, this is not by force, by the way, but when it's Eid, I'm always like, you want to send something for your grandma, you do something for your parents as well. But then I don't have children yet. But then sometimes I think to myself, how am I actually going to be affording Pampers? Because it's a lot that you're dealing with. So it's like we have to look after the past, but also think about the future. Whereas our white counterparts, they're just thinking about them now and their future children.
So we're like the grandparents of our white counterparts in terms of
exactly.
Yeah.
When mentioning that, talking about how we have to help our mums, but other people, they get help from their mums. Do you think that's based on foundations that have been built? Because, for example, as a reference, black people, we have to go by generation. So we're helping our mums, and then when we have children, our children will help us. But other races, they go together and stick together and build a foundation until they're good enough to help their children. Do you think that's based why? Because, for example, Asian people, white people, and other races, they have things set up.
Jews? I just wanted to say Jews to be
You know what?
I'm sorry, I work corporate.
With that,
I don't want that smoke.
I'm about to head out.
you know what? With that,
I think
I'd even want to jump into what Brent said because I'm not trying.
But
But I have a job and I'm not trying to.
you know what I think though. Also, I think
You're
it's
scared,
also. I'm joking. I think it's also a case of
First time, last time.
financial status though, because I feel like if you are from a wealthy family, if you're black and you're from a wealthy family, let's look at rich black people back home anyway. Yeah. Obviously, it's just an assumption because I don't actually know.
Yeah.
But do you think? Let's just say your dad's a governor. So you're from a wealthy family, right?
Yeah.
And the money is kind of like it's through your family. Do you think the son has to pay his dues? No. Again, so I don't think it's just a black thing. What I'm saying is I think it's also a status thing. It's a class thing. It's a wealth thing. It's a class thing.
Yeah.
So because like you said, there's going to be black people who are from a high class family who don't have to pay their dues. I think the thing is, with a lot of our parents, I guess they've come over here, so they've had to literally. And remember, they came over here and literally from scratch. Like, imagine moving to a country. Imagine if this was us now. Like, moving to a country where you barely can speak the language and you have to find your feet, find accommodation, like, do you know what I mean? Get yourself to a position to be able to have kids, and that's a risk in itself. So I understand them coming over here, and then us being in positions where we're able to kind of. It's because of that risk they took. We're in the position now to kind of have the education, have the job, be even
and it ain't all sweet for us either.
No, I'm not saying that. No,
I'm just adding to your point.
Yeah, it's not. But if they didn't take that risk, we wouldn't even have these opportunities either. So I get why they feel so passionate about us paying our dues, but at the same time, like you said, it's not that straightforward for us either, and we have our own things that we're dealing with. So it's like. I really want to talk about stuff, man.
It's a double-edged sword because it's like migration. You've taken us from, or you've gone from Africa and you come here, and then you've integrated us, and we're now first or second generation. But that it's hard because becoming diaspora means it's where do you actually fit in? So like when we were like I was in year 7, my mum moved us back to Nigeria for like 5 years, and going back to Nigeria, I did. I did realize the privilege that comes with having a British passport, and I did realize that even though I was Nigerian with like star.
Yeah,
you're not quite the same. But then coming back to the UK, I wasn't quite British again because you're different. And I think it's tough because the attempt and the idea was that they're gonna come here for a better life. And you do get that in some aspects, but also in some other aspects, they've burdened you with the new challenges that they couldn't have foreseen. So it's hard because like you can't bring someone into this situation and then they just assume that you fix it. But that's kind of like what you have to do in the circumstances they put us in. So we owe them somewhat, but it's only I guess through effective, honest communication you can think, okay. Mum, I'm gonna get you a house and then I'm done. Or
you know what? Saying that, Gina was mentioning coming here and having to help your parents. Your parents brought you over here, and this was going back to the dilemma. And she I'm sure she said something about helping her mum write letters.
So basically, like I can imagine, I get it because my mum used to do that to me and my brother.
But is it a bad thing though?
About you speak better than me.
Yeah.
You articulate yourself better. Call these people on my behalf, and sometimes it's fine, but then I'm always like my brother used to get annoyed with it the most because he used to get asked more than I did, and his whole thing was, but if you don't I'm not always going to be here, so if you don't do it, you need to build your confidence. Like I'll be here to walk you through it, like I'll tell you what to say, but if you don't do it yourself, you're not going to get any better, and I'm not always going to be here to pick up the phone. So that's where his frustration came from, because sometimes, and again, when it's your parents, it's like they want you to drop everything you're doing.
Entitlement.
Just to literally, I need you to call. Okay, cool. It's like, oh my, like, do you know what I mean? Like you could be busy at work or have a lot of work stuff that you're dealing with. And it's like, no, I need you to stop that because I need to do this. But it's like, if you picked up the phone and done it yourself. So even when she said her mum missed the deadline and now her mum's blaming her because she didn't call on her behalf, she's just like, but you could have called yourself though, and like I'm not the reason why you failed your deadline. Do you know what I mean? So I get that.
But you know what? Sorry to interrupt, Gina. For example, if you have,
you do.
sorry,
he said it about 5 times on his weekend.
No. What I was saying, for example, with you could go to technology, for example. Say if your mum didn't know how to do an email or something. Is it entitlement that your mum's asking you to run it through her?
No, and that's the thing. Like we've taught my mum's on bloody Instagram, so I think we've.
Her mum DM'd me the other day.
Literally. So
talking about my son.
I know it was so cringe, but we've got her to that point because we literally were like, okay, mummy, you're really annoying. Okay, we're gonna show you how to do this thing, and you're gonna flourish. So I'm happy that we put our foot down and we're like, okay, we're not doing this anymore because now she can write her own emails. Like my mum will only ever get us to intervene now if it's above her, if she feels like you know, she wants to write a strong worded letter, but in a professional tone and stuff like that. So, and in that moment, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're bare annoying, I don't want to help you, because I understand, because she doesn't do it all the time. But in the beginning, she did, and it was for things that I felt like, oh, it's not that deep. You can literally just, the letters there, you just have to call them and ask them to explain what it is. Do you know what I mean? But
wouldn't the girl that called in, her mum feel her daughter has the ability to make a strong worded letter to get her point across, and she's asking her daughter for assistance, but her daughter's...
Well,
what we're doing, we are placing our parents in this situation and answering based on, we don't know the dynamic.
Exactly. I don't know.
With her parent in particular, I think if it's a case of she's helped her mum numerous times and she feels that her mum should be able to do it herself, her mum's either being lazy or complacent or just she ain't bothered because she's got her daughter there, then I think her frustrations are valid.
From what I've read, it sounds like that, because she said, one, her mum's been here for over 40 years. Two, she always wants me to write letters and make phone calls on her behalf. And I'm beginning to feel used.
Sounds like a boundary issue.
You wouldn't feel used if it was just an occasional, do you understand what I mean? So I do feel like from what I'm reading, it is got to the point where she can't deal with it anymore.
Her mum is over reliant on her because her mum believes that she's better at this than she is.
How old is Mayweather?
Brent, really, come on.
Mid-40s?
I'm just saying, he's been in America for some time, right? Right? And he was born.
Where was he
there,
from?
Yeah, but he don't care because he's got that money. No? You don't really have to. Well, he should.
I think it's true what you
Nobody have
said
to.
about
At this point.
there's like a boundary issue.
Yeah.
Because for me, when I'm thinking about my parents,
For
that's
me,
a minor. Yeah. No, do you know
For
why?
me, I'm playing.
Because people would just be like, oh, but da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, I'm only speaking for myself. But honestly.
You have to do that.
What was I even going to say? Sorry. Boundaries. What was I going to say about boundaries?
It was a boundary issue.
For you, maybe
Oh
she's
yeah,
doing
so
too much.
my parents, if they was to tell me to write a letter and stuff, I wouldn't really care. But my parents are quite articulate when it comes to things like that anyway. But I feel like my mum has boundary issues in terms of like finances rather than things like this.
Okay.
And I also think that maybe because they've never said no to their parents, when you say no to them, it gets turned to disrespect. And it's not disrespect, it's boundaries. Yeah, it's boundaries and not, I don't know, I just feel like because they never said no to their parents, for you, it's just like give. And I'm trying to make it as well.
Yeah, they've never. I felt like she's never established boundaries with her mum.
Does it depend on the parent for you? Because with me, I can say no to my dad easily,
Him
narrate.
narrate.
But my mum, I find it hard to say no. But I'm lucky though. My mum doesn't ask me for anything really.
Yeah.
So I haven't really had that relationship with her.
Can I clap?
Those brothers you were just talking about.
No, the worst part is my family dynamic is quite similar to Gina, so I can't even talk on that myself, to be honest.
I'm not even getting with the flow, bro.
I mean, I get it because I think with my mum, single parent, so I was the longest male-female relationship she's had. So at some point, they see you as this kind of pseudo-husband. So a lot of the financials, a lot of the emotional support.
Talk about you. Triggered.
Do you know what it is? No, because that is her and one of them. Like,
hold on. We're back in.
I know.
So
I just said her and one of them.
So as much as
I'm trying to help you out.
So I get how, even though she can't fully articulate these things, you've taken my husband. So like, I still want access to you. I still, So with my mum, it's very much, I've heard that, you can't lend me £500, but I gave birth to you. And that guilt, and then you respond. And it's hard because...
Sometimes I love my mum even more now because she doesn't do this to me.
Trust me, man.
She don't do none of this to me, boy.
Isn't Pop still around?
Yeah, he is.
She's getting that.
There you go. Shout out Pops too.
No, I was actually going to say that though. They're still married, isn't it?
Yeah.
Happily married. So it's like,
That's all.
Don't know about other people.
but I was gonna say
that's what it is.
Happy adjacent. It is what it is.
It is what it is. I have to say. But anyway, so the dilemma, what do we think that she should do?
I think there is a definite issue with boundaries with her and her mum. I think she probably never said no to anything. And there's a scale of things. So like a letter, her mum could write the letter and then run it past her.
Oh,
She
she
doesn't need
proofreads it
for her.
Yeah.
You know, with a call,
There's-
she could sit with her and talk
There's ways
through.
around it.
So,
yeah,
like,
actually.
Just move out the house, bro.
But I don't know.
Honestly,
But it doesn't,
if
she
live-
might not.
if she
She
lives in
might
London,
not.
it's like, might
She
be
might not
the
live with
long-
her mum though.
No, she has to.
Not necessarily.
For that level of come and help me, you must be in the same roof.
Fair enough.
So I'm driving from Ealing to Clapham
Not Ealing. You might live in.
I'm joking, but-
same borough. I don't know.
because when I lived at home, I used to get Yusuff, come downstairs, help on the computer, do this on the computer. No, I don't get
Obviously, you
that
don't
at
live
all
there,
anymore. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
just move out, big man. Trust me, all your problems.
To be fair,
So you're
Georgia,
just saying run away. Just run away. Just run away.
Georgia gets it though. It's jokes because I'll be sitting next to my sister and she's like,
Yeah.
"Mummy, I did it yesterday." Oh, mummy, but I showed you how to do it, and I'm just like, "Yeah, it's your problem now." Like she's literally the burdened one, not me.
To the point where if I go home and visit, and my mum asks me to do something on the computer or phone, I said, "Mum, anything else? While I'm here,
Yeah.
what do you need?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, bless.
something on your phone, computer, because I'm not, you know what I mean, one call away anymore, kind of thing, innit?
You know, a lot of the times they miss the connection that they had with us. We used to dote on them 24/7. And they used to be that person to provide.
Yeah.
And when it is we become independent, obviously provided that you're not still living under the roof, they miss that closeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it is, especially if it is that you don't have a companion that's actually interested enough to keep.
No, Brent, you're right. You're so right.
She would just call and, how are you?
I don't know. My mum complains that I don't call her enough.
Listen,
Like, all the time.
you know what I get? Hey,
the time.
girl. I haven't heard from you today. Obviously, she's in Ghana, innit? So,
I keep forgetting she's in Ghana still. Gosh.
listen, yesterday they made the announcement the borders are provisionally meant to open on the 1st of September.
Wow.
How to come back?
So, yeah, she's been there for ages, but they'll be like, hey, girl, how are you? I haven't heard from you today. Then she would send me a picture of her breakfast. Like, she's I just came back from my walk. Like, she's so cute.
Parents are funny.
No, she's cute. And it's funny, but like, it's made me realize, like, even when I was in uni, I was the same. Like, I didn't call my mum in uni, like, a lot. Like, I rarely spoke to her. She'd always be like, she spoke to, when her mum was alive, she spoke to her mum every day, which I get. And because I'm not that way inclined, she'd be like,
I'm not gonna lie, every day is a bit of a bad thing.
no, but
Every
she
day.
no, but
So
remember,
her
it's,
attachment style, innit?
we've got WhatsApp now, so my mum doesn't need to speak to me on the phone every day, but even just a WhatsApp. So that's why it would be like, "Hey, girls, 4 p.m. You don't even know, you haven't even asked me if I'm okay." Like, it's just communication, which I
The
get.
hey girl is sending me. It's
No,
so
I'm
funny.
not joking.
It's
I
like,
can-
that's your mum. Like, hey girl.
Yeah.
Listen, my mum was beefing a couple weeks ago, because I've taken my blue ticks off, innit?
Oh,
So she thinks, that
You're reading,
whenever,
you're ignoring.
whenever she sends me a message and I don't reply,
you've read it.
I haven't even opened it or read it.
So triggered.
And she was like, in her mind, she was like, "Oh, this fucking boy." Like, in her head. So I said, "Mum, no, I've taken off my blue tick, so I've read it." She was, "Oh, thank you for telling me because I was cussing you. I was cussing you." I don't know, because she's like, "Oh, you don't ever reply my messages." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I do. But you don't even read them." I do read them, but where's the blue tick?
Do you have this thing
I
where
said I
if,
removed them.
where if you call your mum, she might air your call, but if she calls you,
Oh.
I don't know, mum don't hear my call. And if she does,
if she calls you.
if it's a missed call, she'll call me back almost straight away. Or if she's not available, then it'll be later. But yeah.
I'm the opposite. My mum's like, "Hey, you picked up your phone today, busy girl." Like,
that's my dad.
like literally,
That's what that
she's
is.
like, "Oh, you picked up your phone today. Like, you're so hard to get a hold of." And I'm like, "No, babe, I'm just busy." But I will always call her back, like when I get a moment to.
Because I'll miss bear calls to my dad before I call back.
Oh, is it?
A couple of days.
But you know, with
sorry,
my,
I've been busy, bro.
but you know, with my
What you
dad,
saying?
yeah, he'd only the thing that annoys me about my dad, yeah, and this is where growth has come in. My dad only calls me, "Hello, Akia," or he'll be like, "Are you with Georgia?" Like, always, yeah. I was trying to get a hold of Georgia, but I can't get through to her. "How are you?" Like, my dad only calls me if he's looking for my sister and he can't get through to her. He don't call me to see how I am. It's always "Are you with Georgia? Have you spoken to Georgia?
Get
Where
your
is
favorite
Georgia?"
one.
Literally, he'll call me her name. Like, it's always about Georgia.
But how
But
do you
that's
feel
if he
about
can't
that,
get through to her, then he calls you straight away before he even calls her.
No, if he calls Georgia and she doesn't answer, he'll call me. If I get a phone call from my dad, I know the conversation's gonna go.
just hand the phone to Georgia.
He's gonna be like, "Have you spoken to your sister?"
Consistent, no?
Yeah.
And 9 times I'm not with her, so she's either at work
Yeah.
or she's sleeping or she's gone out with her friends.
Because she's his youngest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Youngest out of 50.
That's probably.
Yeah. I don't care.
So it doesn't bother you because some
I
people
don't- no,
might
I don't
they might
care.
take it into their heart just like raw. Like every
you know-
time my dad calls me, it's about someone else.
No,
like, does he like me? Does
I
he love me?
used to, but we don't have. Our relationship is extremely skewered anyway.
Okay.
So I haven't got the energy to care. Not like, and I don't mean that in a rude way. Like it's just.
It's best for you not to.
I've got bigger
care.
fish to fry, man, than to start catching feelings over him, and because it is what it is. Like we know the dynamics of our relationship, and that it's not the greatest, but we're both okay with our relationship. Do you get what I mean? So I'm not about to get jealous of my sister who's 12 years younger than me. Like it's all right. Like they have their own bond, and I get the bond that they have, and it's so weird because I used to have that bond with him when I was a lot younger, if that makes sense. But because we've had two completely different upbringings, she obviously she can't relate to my experiences, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's not fair for me to even get jealous. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. 'Cause I've got a
Yeah.
younger brother who's like the version of my dad he saw is different
Is
from the version.
100%. So
you can't even
I
get
can't
jealous.
even get jealous
It's two different people.
because
that's interesting
yeah, you've
still.
got a different version. You've got the older version who's calm, who doesn't have the energy. So
He
no,
can't-
but do you know what I mean? He
There's
can't.
a big
can't chase the
age
beat,
gap
Yeah,
between
so
siblings.
she can't. She's not gonna get it. And I'll never forget the day when me and my siblings were talking about him. And we were like reminiscing on all the bad stuff, but we were bantering about it. So for us, it was, do you remember this? Like, they're all terrible experiences, but we're literally just.
No, me, my mum, and my sister were doing the same thing.
But we were laughing about. But yeah, but we're bantering.
Cry
And
then
then,
make a laugh now.
Yeah,
and then my
it's funny
sister
still.
just burst into tears, and we were all like, "Why are you crying?" Like and for her it was like, "Oh, because you're talking bad about daddy," or like, because obviously she's got a certain
Image.
perception or view of my dad. It doesn't match anything we're saying, so it just didn't sit well with her. And we were like, ugh. But then afterwards I was like, do you know what? I get it. Like, because you didn't experience it, I don't want to ruin or taint your experience, and I'm not jealous of your experience, but this is just our reality. Do you get what I mean? But yeah,
And he may not be the same guy.
I mean,
You could have softened him up.
No, I believe that.
Showed him what love was like.
my
and
parents-
he showed it to George.
My parents definitely got
Me.
softer as they got older.
nah.
Everyone else experienced the same thing.
My mom definitely got calmer.
My parents got softer.
I think that came with age,
Much
though,
softer.
man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She hasn't got the vim or the gusto anymore.
Nah, the vim's not there. The way how they treat their grandchildren compared to the children, cheers.
Yeah, because
Honestly.
they can't.
It's not yours. They're not yours.
No, but
Honest-
even
I don't think it's
But
that.
you know
I
what
think
it
it's
is?
that.
The love. Do you know what it is? Remember, yeah, when we were our parents were younger, they had a bit more spring in their step. Now my mum, she's always complaining about aches and pains.
Yeah,
so
because
it's
they're-
like,
oh, they're old.
yeah, so for her, she's not gonna, I can't come and get high blood pressure. Like for her, obviously she's at an age where now, like, I guess they're more conscious of their health.
And also, life is easier
Yeah.
for them. They're older. Life is calmer. It's not as fast paced anymore.
So I guess that frustration that they would have initially had.
the kids are all grown. They ain't-
Six streams of passive income. Of course it's sweet.
Hold on, but who's in this room? Who's giving their parents income every month or something?
Me.
I swear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you don't live at home. That's why.
No, I don't live at home.
Oh, you still give your mum monthly?
I had
money?
to
Yeah.
Yusuff, do I live at home? Really? Like
Yeah,
really?
you don't, but you do. That makes sense.
Yeah, but no. I didn't, not now,
So
but yeah.
you've always had. You don't. When did you start?
Bravo. I was living at home and
Triggered.
doing it.
Okay, so my mum cut me off from 16.
She cut you off,
Yeah.
as in.
No financial help
But
from
then she
16.
asked you for money when?
18.
Wow.
It's a bit of a mad thing.
It's like
Yeah.
2 years.
I'm cutting
That's
you
what-
off. I'm giving
Yeah.
you 2 years to get yourself together, and I'm coming for mine.
Yeah. So I started working at 16. I was a salad girl at Pizza Hut.
Shout out Pizza Hut, back
Yeah.
in the day still.
It was lit.
Buffet things.
Come on. It's still around.
Yeah.
Is it?
But then I also went through a phase where I didn't give my mum money for, I think like 3 years because I felt like a cash cow. And my relationship with my family was messed up during that time because I just felt like it was always like, I felt like they only loved me when I was putting money in their hand. But my family dynamic was a bit messed up because like I came from a well-to-do family, but then my father left. So like, but my mum didn't work the whole time she was with my dad. So she was basically living city girl lifestyle. Yeah, like my dad was paying for holidays, everything. Like all she had to do was look after the children. But my dad did that for like 25 years. But then when he left, everything went. So, and my life basically changed from when I was in year 9. So it went from year 7 to year 9, I was getting £50 a week from my dad
Damn.
to £5 a week from my mum. So that my life changed from then because it was just like, oh,
Listen, back
okay.
then, man made that £5 stretch.
shit got really real.
That's mad.
Yeah, so it went from having money to like and living in a big house to now council estate and da-da-da. It really made me realize that life is not as easy as I thought it was. Because I remember when we used to go on like school trips and stuff, and some of my friends would be like, "Oh, I can't go." I was just like, "Why can't you afford that? Like, it's only like £200. Like, what? That's not much of a big deal." And then now, when what happened to my family happened to me, it was just like raw. And then even after that, I think like a couple of years later, it was the crisis.
Credit crunch.
Yeah, credit crunch. My mum just found employment. Well, she was working for about 3 years, but then she lost her job. And I was just about to go into uni. And it was just like, yeah, basically student loan wasn't my money. So even when people were like doing the whole drip, I couldn't even do that because,
You're
it was
paying money back to
the family. Yeah.
It's crazy how even though there's differences in backgrounds and different countries in Africa, there's a similar like sort of, there's a period where like there's a healthy relationship, marriage, and then if things go to shit, there is one party who kind of goes off and then the other has to like adjust.
Yeah.
And I think it's a real big thing of people who like if you've lived a life of luxury and you just have to then come down, it can be really tough.
It was for me, it was really, really difficult. And even like my perception of men, because I'm in therapy. I always tell people I'm in therapy. But when my therapist always says to me that, well, I remember when she did finally say it to me and I was just like, it's so true. If you ask me about my father from like 14 onwards, I speak about him like he's an amazing man, you know, because like he taught me how to draw. He taught me, he was more hands-on in my life than my mother was. But when he left, it was kind of like, oh, like my whole identity left. Like I worshipped my father like he was a god. So when he went, it was really like, it's two different people. So when how I speak about my father now compared to if you were to say to me, oh, when you were 6, how I speak about him, it will be two different human beings that you would think I'm speaking about. But of course, it's the same person.
That's so crazy because I can relate. Because when I think I was close with my dad until I got to like year 9, 8, year 9. And like growing up, I was a daddy's girl. So I was never I didn't have a relationship with my mum.
Me too.
I was glued to my dad's hip. Everywhere my dad went, I went. Like you literally always saw me with my dad.
Yeah.
And then 13, 14, it just went the complete opposite way. And then so now when I speak about him, it's like it's so weird because I remember. So like with my sister, I get why she likes him and why do you know what I mean? Like because I remember that, but then it's like all the stuff that happened after that. It's like nah, like that's and I guess because that's more fresh in my memory. That's what I kind of like refer back to rather than the period before that.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think for me, because I know I'm never gonna get closure in terms of like not even an apology, but like acceptance of like how wrong you were or like how you contributed to like a lot of my perception about men, to my self-worth in terms of like what I accepted, or do you know what I mean? Just how you've contributed to that. Because I know I'm never gonna get it. That's why I'm just so like, about it, or like I'm just like, yeah, you know, we don't have the greatest relationship, but it is what it is, and I'm cool with it because I know I'm never gonna get what I feel I deserve, and that's also because I know that we're from 5 completely different generations, so he's never. Do you know what I mean? So he's never gonna even see it as something that deserves an apology. Does that make sense? Like I can't imagine having a conversation with my dad and being like, you did this, you did this, you did this. You don't remember you did this, you contributed. Do you know what I mean? And he's just going to look at me. And you know the way my dad is, he's very prideful. So he'll be like, and so? Like, do you get what I mean? Because I know his character. It's like, it's just.
But don't you think saying those things for yourself would be good for you? Don't you think just saying those things?
Yeah, I mean, it probably would. I mean, like, we've got to a point now where we can have conversations and call each other, and I make the effort to call him, even though he only calls me to speak to my sister. I make sure at least once a week I call him just to be like, hi, how are you? Just checking up on you. That's it. Because I know that I'm doing my part. And God forbid, like, when he eventually passes away, I know that it wasn't like completely not on talking terms, but I've gone through periods where I didn't speak to him for years. Like I would walk past him in the street, normal.
Oh, wow.
I'm with my friends will greet him and I'll ignore him. Or we'll be in my house, my friends will come to my house, they'll greet him and I'm just like, do you know what I mean? So we've transitioned in terms of like how bad our relationship was. So for me, this is the best it's been in a very long time. So it's not the greatest, but there's progress. So for me, I'm like,
That's really
Yeah.
good to hear.
I'm gonna say, how many of your siblings have a similar relationship with your dad that you do? Or is it just you that?
just me.
Swear down.
Do you know
the kids he
why?
has.
Because remember, only me and Georgia are from the same parents.
Yeah.
As in, so me and my sister are the only two that come from the same mum and dad.
Yeah.
And then all the others, I mean, there's 8 different women. So everyone's got their own little clique. I don't know about their relationships because I don't have a relationship with my siblings.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, is it a case of he has a similar relationship with you with some of his other kids? Like your brothers?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
As in, with my 2 older brothers, they are like, and this is where they're mature because they've gone through so much, but they've got a better relationship with him than I do.
And he isn't their dad, is he?
No.
Okay.
So they're like, when I say better relationship, like if they see him, they'll pop a vibe with him and like, you would never know.
Because that's not their dad.
No,
Oh,
but you don't
maybe.
understand the trauma that they've gone through, is what I'm saying.
What,
But
did,
maybe
what,
what-
did he raise them?
Yeah. Well, I can't say the word raised, but they were in the same household.
So, he was in their life, basically.
Yes, but I'm saying they went through a lot of trauma. So-
Sorry.
Do you want to clap?
No, he isn't there.
He's not their dad.
So mommy was.
What don't you understand? Okay, can I quickly clap? Yeah.
Your other
I
siblings.
mean, I couldn't tell you, but I know that they're like close. Do you know what I mean? Like he's got like a group of them. Like they celebrate and have parties and stuff. I just don't get the invite.
But I
but
think it's
anyway, we
easier.
leave.
Tell me if I'm wrong in you lot's experience. But for example, I've got cousins who are closer to my dad and have a better rapport with him than I do. Because when he's your uncle, there's something missing. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I can go and gist with an uncle more so. This is not the same for everyone, obviously, but in just my scenario, I can go and gist with an uncle more so than I can with my own dad because of the seriousness of our relationship. Whereas with my uncle, it's like he's just my uncle. I can go and chat to him about anything. So
Do you wish you had that type of relationship with your dad?
Sorry, Ameera, I'm gonna be so annoying.
yeah, this is what she does.
Sorry, but continue. I can still hear you. Look.
You know what? At times, yes, but not really. I'll be honest with you. I don't really. Me and my dad are cool now. You know what I mean, I'm much older. The trauma that the stuff we went through is all in the past now. And I'm kind of content with how it is. To be fair, I don't have a desire for it to be any more than it is. But
Okay.
yeah, if I had to change my life, then yeah, definitely I would want to have a close relationship with him growing up. But now that I'm older and I think back, I'm thinking, you know what it is, isn't it? So I'm cool. All right, I was gonna ask you lot. Actually, did we answer the dilemma, or did we just kind of go off on the segue?
No, I think you two have to move out.
Yeah, that was my advice.
Yeah.
But in general, are we saying help your mum stop being a Grinch, or are we saying what? What are we saying to her?
I don't think that situation is that deep, but Brent then said that we are thinking about it like it's our parents.
Yeah.
We don't know what the dynamic with her and her mum, because maybe she's frustrated at this because she's frustrated at other things, but she's kind of blaming it on this.
Yeah, maybe.
So which is why probably she needs to try and set clear boundaries, and then this will resolve itself because it's like, okay, you can message me for this,
Yeah.
not this kind of thing.
Oh, cool. All right, yeah. So I want to ask you lot one by one to share your favorite episode or like just something that's happened on the pod, and we can kind of like expand on it. Or if you have any like questions about
Does it have to be your favorite one or something you remember?
anything you remember.
Because you know what, there was an episode that I remember, and I was just like, when you left the pod.
That's what I was thinking.
I knew
When
this
you
was
left
come
the
up.
pod, yeah,
Yeah.
I need to find what episode is that, because I need to go back and listen, because that episode was.
I
I
don't know.
thought you was
And that
joking
was
at first, because I
before-
was like, shit.
I
That
don't know
was
what episode it
before they
was.
started recording for YouTube. So obviously we're just
Yeah,
listening
we
to
don't
the
know,
pod
we're like,
and we're
shit.
just thinking, what is happening?
And you know what makes it
Yus
worse?
usually comes across quite calm.
Mm.
So when he was getting agitated, I was thinking, oh my God. Like I was at home literally saying, Brent, stop. Brent,
Oh,
stop.
no, but you an episode that I was
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what
He's
makes it
walked out a
worse?
couple of times.
No, I haven't.
No, one.
It was that.
At least 3.
Nah, it
being
was that
cut out.
one.
Wow.
You know what?
It's fair information.
What makes it worse? The pod carried on.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even on there. You was like, shh. Like, it's you gone like 5
Gina was
No,
shading
because-
him.
no, because-
or
no,
at
because-
least, yeah, that was the first episode
okay.
Muff was on.
Remember, Morph and Dammy were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was just Gina, Brent, and me, I wouldn't have left. But in my mind, I think, you know what? These two niggas are here. They can carry the load.
No,
I'm gone.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so livid. I thought
That episode.
I was so angry. I thought, nah, I want to walk out now. I thought, you a dickhead. Like, I was so angry.
Gina was shading him for
No, but you have to remember,
Yeah.
if I've got to a point where I'm so angry, it's either I just sit down and be silent, which is not going to help anything.
I mean, I've done that before.
But the thing is it responsible for me to remove myself from a situation that I'm not comfortable in?
No,
Or
but
is
I
it-
feel like we could have had a timeout and like maybe seen if we could diffuse the
No,
situation.
but I need this to go, trust me.
No,
Stick off.
no, I hear that. But then, like, you know, the episode that we had that little petty
Yeah.
that dispute. I could have left. As in, there was Gloria here, Sid was
Yeah,
here.
but you can't compare yourself to me. Like, we're different people.
No, but I'm saying I really wanted to go, or I wanted to destroy everything, so this episode would not continue. I thought, nah. Like in my head, I sat there quietly and I didn't talk, and in my head I thought, I'm ruining this episode. Like, I was like, I'm ruining this
It's
episode.
weird because
I'm
at
ruining
the
it.
time it was really bad, but now we can laugh at
You
it.
can laugh
Yeah,
because that
of course.
episode, that's one that I'll never forget. I was like, shit, is Yusuff actually angry? Has he left? No, he's coming back in 5. He's coming back in 5. He's just going in the car to chill out. Man left. I was
Listen,
like, shit.
guys, I was going through some things.
Go do some thanks.
Wait. Hey, what episode is that? Because I want to go back and listen.
I don't know what number it is.
that
Because remember,
episode-
this is before we used to title
do
the
you-
episodes.
Oh.
So it's just a number. Otherwise, it would have been called something, I don't know. Yusuff, handsome man.
Dickhead.
But you know what it is, no. I've grown a lot since then. And the thing is, I know I overreacted, but I was so angry, I just had to go. I'll be honest with you. I just couldn't stay. And it's either I stay and be quiet, I stay and I continue to argue and it gets more heated, or I just leave. And I felt it was responsible for me to just exit. To be fair, I know how it comes across on the pod. You're the host. It's unprofessional. I get it. Trust me. But I just had to leave. I just had to go.
I feel like because we've listened to you guys for so many years, like in my mind, I think you lot are my friends. Like
Yes,
honestly,
that's the one.
my Sunday doesn't start until it's been uploaded.
You know what?
And I will
Mention
start
that.
tweeting, mate, where's the episode? Because
No,
I can't-
literally.
I need to
Ameera's
start my Sunday.
Hello.
Listen, you know how much pressure I get here sometimes because sometimes I go out late. Sometimes wait, but the thing is, Brent sometimes doesn't send me the pod until 2 a.m. anyway, so it doesn't even matter that I'm out.
Because I'll be thinking I need to start
And then
my Sunday.
Listen.
I wake up in the morning and it's like I'm rough. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock. Shit, I gotta get this pod up, whatever.
Livid.
Last week though, Brent sent to me early. He sent to me like 8 or 9, so I pull it up before
you
I
went
left.
out, yeah.
I put it on the automatic upload, so it went up at 12, and I ducked out my house. But sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh shit. It's 9, it's 10. I'm gonna get a few DMs. Where's the pod? But sometimes I get some rude ones though.
Oh.
Like, I normally go for a run on a Sunday morning. Where's the podcast? Like, raw, like,
No, but you know what? You should look at that as positive. That people
No.
are saying,
No,
"I
it
want the
is,
pod
but
now."
it is, but it's a way to say it, innit?
But
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
the
yeah.
problem with. So I feel like you said, everyone thinks that they are friends, which I appreciate and I really love. But sometimes it's like, big man, you know, you really don't know me.
Yeah.
So your approach doesn't have to be with so much gusto. Like sometimes I
yeah,
just
the
think,
person's a bit weird sometimes.
I'm like, do you pay this bill? Like the level of like expectancy or like demand. Obviously, we appreciate it because people
Yeah, of
generally
course.
listen to our
Yeah,
pod and stuff,
of
and we
course.
love it. But I feel like sometimes, even the other day, like on Instagram, I put it on my story, and I was like, do you know what, guys? I love you lot, but you lot need to reduce. You need to reduce, like literally, because you need to understand that there's something called being polite. Like I know that I'm friendly, and you know, anyone can DM me and I'm gonna respond you. But this is what this girl did, yeah. So she messaged me and was like, "Hi, you see this post that you put up as sick? I wanna gain weight or something, yeah, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do XYZ, whatever." So she just sent me this message, and I think she sent it on like a Sunday, and I read it. But you know how you can read something and not accept it because it's not someone that I follow. So I was like, "Oh, I'll get back to that later." Because it wasn't a quick response. So then 2 days have gone by, I haven't responded. I get another message saying, hello, question mark, yeah? So I was like, oh, hi, hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. How's your day going? I said, you do know, yeah, that when you, I said, you know what? Apologies, I didn't get back to you, but I was going to, because the question you've asked me is not just a quick response. I said, but do you know what? Let me just say something, yeah? When you message people, I think that you need to be a bit more mindful because you just literally came at me the first time with like this long-winded question that is not even a short thing for me to answer. I haven't got back to you because clearly, like I said, it's a long-winded question, and you've come back with bare vim, and you're being rude. And then she was like, I said, yeah, you're being rude. She was like, with you influencers, and I thought, sis, don't call me an influencer. Don't take the piss. With you influencers, we never know how to approach you or whether you lot are gonna respond. But you're taking it the wrong way. I said, okay, cool. Well, if you didn't mean for it to be rude, I found it quite rude. And she goes, oh, no, I did mean to be rude. I just blocked her.
Yeah.
And then do I not get another message from another account asking the same question?
Wow.
And it's such a hi,
Hey,
how
bitch,
are you?
I know this is you.
Hi, how are you? Hope you're well.
Look at you, I can see
I have
you.
a question. And then it's like, oh, feel free to respond when you have time. I thought, fuck off, you
yeah.
dickhead.
At least wait a week or 2 weeks.
Bruv.
Man done it 5 minutes later.
Like-
You know what? Saying that, you two, you have a lot of people. Do people like approach you in the roads and?
Oh,
Like,
all the time.
yeah, all the time.
what's it like? Because you lot are quite friendly, as we said. Like I look at you like as I know you. I don't know you, but when you lot tweet, when you listen to your pod, I feel like I'm there. You know what I mean? So,
Like I'm there.
take me there. Nah, but what is it like? Like when you're walking on the road, you're in Tesco's or Sainsbury's.
Listen,
Can't even go to
it's not.
dinner.
You know what it is.
Love Gina.
Hey, Yusuf, 2
Have
weeks.
to order all
listen,
my
Time we
shopping.
go.
3 weeks ago, I went Asda on a Sunday morning. I didn't even bath, yeah. And I was like, okay, I need to quickly grab something to go home.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally in home clothes looking higgy.
Yeah.
And one girl, I thought, no, don't piss me off, please. She was like, hi, are you the fitness girl? And I was like, oh, babe. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm so, I was like, don't do this. She was like, oh, no, it's fine, babe. Yeah, I just wanted, and she was talking. And I was just thinking, I just wanted to get corn on the cob. Like, I just wanted to have, do you know what I mean? My legs are dry. Like, it's, the thing is, I don't generally care though, to be honest with you.
That's
Like,
fine.
you will catch
I
me
don't mind it.
sleeping all the time. Like, I'm not someone who's like, oh my gosh, I can't be seen. But obviously with that one, I just wanted to be in and out. Like, do you know what I mean? But if people approach me, I've got no issues with it at all. Like, I can talk to people and I think it's cute.
Yeah, I like it, of course.
Yeah, it's nice to have a conversation and people say, oh, we listen to your pod or we like it or this and this and this. I've never found it weird. It's just, it's not cringe. I guess for me, it's like, you know, when it's like, oh my gosh, you're just Gene. And I'm just like, oh, I'm just Gene. That's fine. Like, I get very like cringe, not because they're cringe, but I just think, you know what I mean? Or if it's like in public and there's other people there and people start looking, I just think, oh, can the ground swallow me? Because this is really embarrassing.
No, I appreciate it, but I don't feel anything afterwards. I don't know, I just feel normal.
Yeah.
Is it not overwhelming?
No, no, it's not overwhelming. I appreciate
You guys
the
are
love.
mistaking him for Marvel or something.
Oh.
I don't know what you guys are doing.
I'm God. Buried.
Hey, Brent. is
These are the comments I
too
love to hear. You see, man, just throw a bomb in.
You see, back in episode 30,
Yeah.
I would have leaped that. You know what I mean?
I see what you're doing.
Give and take.
But growth new.
Yeah,
Growth new.
Come
I was gonna
on.
say, like, even when I watched that episode, I would never react to Brent now to that. It's different. I understand Brent. Me and Brent are super, super cool. But no. It's not overwhelming because obviously we're not famous. So it's not like we get approached every single day, but we get approached enough for it to be a thing.
Yeah.
Personally.
Do you
innit?
know what? I think for me, it's worse when I'm with somebody else. When I'm by myself, it's fine. It's when I'm with other people because their reaction afterwards is what just wants me to be buried in the grave. It's never it's like, rah! Is that you, yeah? And it's just like, leave me alone. Or like, a celebrity, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I hate. Like, when I'm with people, I just think,
And what I've learned, it can happen anywhere. Like, I've been in an area that I've gone to on a one-off, like, I don't know, Knightsbridge or something, and I get approached. Or I might be on a holiday and I get approached. Like, it can happen everywhere because listeners are just all over the place, isn't it? But to me, I like it because it shows, one, that we have an audience, we have listeners, and that they're widespread. And sometimes I get approached for being on free shots though.
yeah, that's
Like
it.
a lot. Like they talk to me like I am a member of free shots. Yeah, the man them. I love what the man them are doing.
You've been on there long and you've been on there so many times. I get why they would see you as like a fifth member.
Yeah.
I think Brent has the happy medium because he has you feel like he's your friend in terms of how you hear his voice.
But no one knows what he looks like.
Exactly.
No, no,
So he has
when
that.
people
He
say
has that
I'm like,
anonymity.
literally,
The
you
thing
guys
is-
have been doing this for like 4
It's
years.
mad,
You've
it's
never
mad.
gone to a live show.
It's mad
They're
because-
fake fans.
Yeah, but you know what it is? You have to think about the percentage of people who listen versus the percentage who come to live shows
Yeah.
or came to the Zooms is tiny compared to
Wait,
the total
what,
listenership.
Brent, do you do it on purpose? Like, or you just don't want to be seen?
What's the
Right.
reason?
Like, would
Do what on
you
purpose?
do you not want to be out there? As in, like, come on, like, would you go and sit down, or are you just like, nah, I'm good? Like, you'd rather be behind the scenes, just doing.
Yeah,
recording?
I don't need or like the
Oh,
claim, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm not shy of going in public and doing this, that, and the next. I could operate well, but I just don't like what they get when it is they go to Tesco.
Oh, that's fair enough. Yeah,
Because then I have to stand up and be like,
yeah.
and I don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
There is, I guess, when you're having a bad day though, like Monday I was having a bad day and I was in the gym and I was just not in the mood. I weren't in the zone and you could tell my energy was off. And some girl came out to me. She was like, "Oh my gosh, you just Jean." And I was with Doreen and Doreen looked and was like, "Dun." And I was like, "Oh, hi." I was like, and she's like, "Oh, your workouts have been so amazing over lockdown." And I tried to give her good energy, but in my head, I was in such a bad space. I just thought, allow me, bad. But you have to give off good energy because you don't want them to leave and think, "Wow, she's a bitch," or "She thinks she's too nice,"
that's
or
the thing.
whatever. So I guess that's the only issue. If like you're not having the best of days and someone approaches you with so much energy and you don't give off the same vibe, it's just a bit underwhelming for them, I guess.
Yeah, the ones that annoy me is just say I'm talking to a girl
Oh, that's for you, boy.
and we're 20 minutes into the conversation, then she mentions, "Oh, by the way, I listened to your podcast." I'm
Oh,
like,
yikes.
why don't you lead with that? You let me just spiel. Yeah, you already know me. You listen to me for how many years? But no, I love it though. It's cool. I like it.
So
I
the
like it.
time that you kicked out, right? That wasn't because of me though, was it?
No, it was Brent.
No, it was good.
It absolutely
You
That
both
was
had
a trigger
No,
for
no,
him
no.
to kick off.
No,
But you
no.
came back the next week and explained that you were going through some stuff with the girl.
No, never.
What?
Oh,
I don't
What?
remember that.
No.
Really? Did I just make that up?
Yeah. No, Brent. It was literally.
I was going through
it was-
something with a girl.
No, it was both. No,
I thought
honestly,
you were going through some stuff, and then that's what you told me. Did you tell me that to make me feel better?
I don't
You know
know.
what the case?
Are you sure you're not mixing up with another scenario where we had?
Yeah.
It could be possible, but I thought it was that because
Nah, I don't remember.
it shocked me.
You know what? I think.
No, it is because you don't. Even though I can't remember what it was about.
No,
yeah,
but I do think you were
You
go-
don't. You don't remember what it was that you done that triggered me.
No, honestly, I don't.
no,
And
but
I-
it was over a prolonged period of time.
But you know what I do remember?
It was
though?
like over at
you
least
were.
half an hour.
I
We
remember
kept on,
you
like,
came.
poking.
Yeah.
You did say to me though that you were having a shit day. So you did say when I spoke to you personally.
Yeah.
I remember you said you apologized because you weren't in the best space anyway.
Yeah.
But obviously in the episode, I remember you were baiting him a lot, and he kept coming back, and it was obvious. But then it just hit a point where the ceiling just blew off. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But you could see he was pissed off, and you kept going. It's not like you were
So
like,
is that-
"Oh, let me retreat." You were just thinking,
The thing
"Okay,
is,
bitch."
I remember I might have been in a bad mood, but that doesn't mean that what you did didn't piss me off. You know what I'm saying?
So is that how you normally behave when you bring your friends on the podcast?
My friends on the podcast.
Moof and Dummy.
Those are my brothers. It's whatever.
Alright, so for you to behave like an animal in front of them.
She's trying to-
An animal. I wouldn't say animal. An animal would have been if I stayed. That would have been the animal. You know what I'm trying to say?
My most tense moment was when it is that both of you were at it, and I was like, the listeners are not gonna like this one.
But you know what? It's entertaining for the listeners.
No, for
For
some. Some
Because
hate it.
some were like,
Some find it so
"Yo,
uncomfortable."
You know, I'm professional. I'm not listening to this pod anymore. I was thinking, oh,
Yeah.
well, damn.
I think people forget that you guys are friends in real life.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that's why I like you guys, because you're authentic. You have good days, you have bad days. It's real.
That's what
We're
I'm saying.
literally like siblings, you
I'm
know?
not afraid to
Yeah.
show the bad days on here.
Yeah.
You can see the dynamics. One day they're happy, one day they're sad, one day they're angry. You want to listen to it. You know
And
what
it's
I mean?
real because
Yeah.
as
You can't-
normal people, you have ups
instead
and
of
downs.
Real
as
rap
well.
raw.
Instead of editing out, you're listening to their real life conversation.
That's the
what-
thing. We could do a lot of edit on this pod, but we don't.
Listen.
We just let it go. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Say that.
And I realized that your pod's gotten longer and longer, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Fam, the last episode was 3.5 hours. I didn't clock
What,
into
with
Brent.
Marvin?
Yeah.
I knew. Do you know what time I got
With
home?
the file, I was like, raw.
Brent, you know when I got in my house, yeah? I was so livid because I left here after 1 a.m.
Damn.
And then we didn't just go straight home, Yusuff, because we were outside doing kumbaya for like 20 minutes. And it was like 2 o'clock and I thought, oh my days.
Marvin G would give me life advice.
Yeah, we're giving him life advice. It was a good conversation though.
Yeah, it was still.
It was. But
So that was yours. What was yours?
I feel like my favorite episodes, I have 2 in mind. The one with Jesse and Crystal, and when Jesse told the story about America, and he had the whole accent. The whole time he did it with the B.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe he did it that long.
Bumped him.
Bumped it.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing. It was just. I think about that sometimes and I laugh. And then the other one was with 90s Babies, because the way they were just bantering about
Shout out
age,
to
it was
Timmy and
so
Fred.
funny.
I really liked that episode. And when you said to me that you guys actually met on that same day, I was really shocked because
Serious?
the dynamic was lit.
Yeah.
oh, when they first came in our
Yeah, that was
That's
really
the first
good.
time
That's crazy. I thought you lot all cool. Because
No.
most of the pods are like all friends, like free
I guess
shots.
you kind of just see each other on like on the timeline, so you're,
Yeah.
you're
I guess we were a
familiar
bit
with each
familiar
other.
because we follow each other on the
Yeah.
gram, but that's the first
Yeah.
time we had ever met in
met
person.
them, yeah.
That's crazy.
The chemistry was great, and I feel like the pod lives and dies based on the chemistry of people in the room.
Yeah,
So, like,
that's true.
There's like,
Oh yeah, trust me.
so I think-
In my mind, I'm the chemistry police. You won't know it, but I'm proper like.
no. I feel like you can sense it because like you always try and give like high energy, and
Yeah.
there'll be other days where, so like the best episodes are when Gina has high energy because then it's like everything's on full.
You know when he said
but then-
firing on
Gina?
full
When he said-
cylinders.
When
When
she's
he said-
sleeping, innit?
When he said Gina, I thought, great, here we go.
No,
yeah.
because I don't know, because I think I love one of the 90 Babies episode because like you were just fully in, because like sometimes
Yeah.
you can't always see and you just listen. Like you can feel when you're more
Listen, when
engaged.
she has low energy, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a long episode.
I know, I'm
Fuck's
sorry.
sake.
I'm sorry.
Especially some of the ones in the beginning, I can hear when you're like, just
I'm like, say something, bitch.
But even like today,
Help me.
I was yawning at the gym and I was like, oh, we got guests on today. I was like, right, come on, Gina. Like, come on, Gina, come with energy. Like, I can't come and just let you lot take the floor. But I think it also depends on like, I vibe off people's energies as well though.
Yeah.
So, not saying that you don't always give energy, but I'm saying like,
You're used to
if,
it.
yeah, maybe because I'm just used to your energy. I know that like, I can maybe take a back seat, but like, if we came and you lot were all quiet, I'd be like, like I'd just be quiet as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I literally vibe off other people. So if you come and give me mad energy, I'm gonna give the same. Do you know what I mean? So like, you see how Jesse's dumb?
Yeah.
No, not in a rude way, but he literally is like, he's so stupid. I can't not have energy around him because my mind is so immature and I'm too amused by some of the dumb stuff that he does. Like
You lot
he-
vibe good, man.
like it's crazy. Like I always say to him, you're like one of my favorite people ever because he can send me a dumb message which has nothing to do with anything, and like it just, I guess it's because our sense of humor is the same. So especially even Muff. So you see how like I'm very.
Wolf is a crazy guy.
You see how I'm very big on like movies and knowing words to lyrics and
join the song.
yeah.
You
So
would just sing.
I'm literally minding my own damn business. And then I would get a voice note from Wolf. And I know 9 times out of 10 it's going to be about a song or like something dumb. So it's like,
Oh, talking about, sorry to cut you, song. Did you do your recording?
No, he
before
didn't.
Oh, okay.
Forgot, you know.
do you want to?
I can't actually sing. So
No.
when you were trying to teach him, I was
Yeah.
actually taking notes. But
Do
sorry,
you know what's
continue.
really funny though? I watched that clip back so many
I don't know
times.
why you find it so funny.
No, because Yusuff was hilarious.
Yeah.
You didn't find it funny?
It was funny, but it wasn't that
No, but
funny.
people in my DMs, people were like cackling.
Oh, was it?
Like literally it was going off. They were like, nah, I've literally watched this so many
So
times.
imagine what happens if I actually sang on here. It would be even more hysteric.
Yeah, it would, but
Exactly.
then you could prove me wrong though, because remember they're literally they're going based off my
No,
intent.
I will, but remember, it has to be a pre-recording. I'm not going to do any live performance. You guys ain't paid me to be. You know
All right, fine.
what I mean?
I'll remind you to send the voice note because that's what you said you were gonna do.
No, I was. I
Yeah.
just forgot. And I've been going back and forth about the song. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, really?
But I got to get the right key. You know what I mean?
Yeah, keyword. Well
Get the
done.
right key. All right, cool. Ameera, your favorite episode or
My
moment?
favorite episode, I don't know. I think it would probably be, I don't know which year,
Yeah.
but one of the Valentine's Day specials. I don't know why. I just think that comes into my mind. I was laughing a lot. And the one with the gentleman that lost a lot of weight, I thought that
Oh,
was really
big.
good.
Yeah, that's my favorite episode.
That was definitely the most
and
inspirational episode we've done.
But yeah, surprisingly, I haven't listened to Free Shots in a while, but I listened to the one where you guys were on it.
Yeah.
And I did feel like, you know, when you said that, I don't want you to take it personal, but you know when you said about it was like a different Gina, like when she's got more energy. I liked listening to Gina on Free Shots. I think,
Really?
yeah. I
Wow.
think that you were really like,
Giving
especially when
Free shots to energy. You don't give energy to me.
I do.
like
Right.
Do you know
you
what's
and
weird?
Marv going back and forth was really making me laugh.
But
because
do you know
kept
what's
on talking
weird?
about sandal instead
yeah.
of sandals.
Up it.
Up it. It's weird though, because I felt like when I left, I felt like, I didn't feel like I spoke much. And I felt like
You did.
I didn't feel like I did that
Because I was
thought
making a conscious effort in my mind. I mean, Gina needs to, because I've been on bare times, innit?
but I thought it
I
was
thought
like a
G has to
man
come on now
and
and
speak.
represent for the girls.
I know, but then
And you
I
did-
left.
you did
I
well.
left. I didn't think I did though, because I
No, you
felt.
did, you
I
did.
felt like you lot. One man, them banter is. I'm never gonna get it because I'm a girl. Do you get what I mean? So you lot already have like something that I can't even like dabble in. So I just felt like I tried, and I felt like I felt like I could have done better. So when I left, I didn't feel like
No, I think you did well.
I stamped my mark or like it was memorable, if that makes sense.
No, because even when Taser and Marv were both trying to say, oh, this is the issues that we have with women,
Yeah.
you were like, okay, yeah, but we've got a long list of things that we don't
Yeah.
like about you as well. But
Fair enough.
yeah, it was all nice. I think like that. But yeah,
no,
I think it's
that's
one
all
of the
good.
Valentine's Day specials, but I don't know which one, what year.
Okay. What's yours, Gina?
My favorite episode. Okay.
What?
I really, really, really enjoyed the Biggs one because it gave me vim, and I was just like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go conquer the world. And then I think the either the Ghana link up like episode, the reunion
That was a good one.
with everyone, I found really funny. I'm not gonna lie, the singing episode that a couple of weeks ago, I really enjoyed that episode with me, you, and Brent. I feel like I really liked it.
No, it was a good episode, but you're
Yeah.
focused on the singing part.
No,
specifically.
because I feel like it's probably
No,
one
it
of
was
the
good.
funniest episodes we've done by
You know,
ourselves
yeah,
in a while.
Based on the feedback I got, people
yeah,
loved it.
because I'm talking about us three without
know,
any
I know,
guests.
I know.
I feel like it's the best energy wise
I
that
get you.
we've had in a while, which is why I enjoyed the episode. And we were here for time.
Yeah, it was 3 hours.
And do you remember we were meant to lock it off, and then we continued another
Yeah.
half an hour to an hour after that. So I felt that was a good episode as well. But yeah.
I don't think I have a favorite, you know.
Everything's just kind of blended in.
Yeah, we've done so many episodes now.
Big
so
man,
I
4 years.
can't think of over 4 years now. Right?
Yeah, we 5 in Jan.
Yeah, I can't think of a favorite episode. There's the episode that I've enjoyed. Any episode which involves like Jesse and Gloria and the whole crew.
Like, yeah, those
those
are my
episodes are
fave.
always enjoyable.
Yeah.
The crystal ones are always special. You know what I mean? They're always special with Crystal because you know what you're gonna get, especially
Yeah.
with the certain topics you bring up in her presence. You know exactly what you're gonna get.
Did she walk out on one of the episodes?
Oh, Brent, move, man.
You have some guests here. They want some.
No, we can bring it. Just-
Okay, so guys, do you remember the episode where Crystal was on and then she was not on anymore?
Yes.
Because a lot of people have literally been like, what happened to that episode? Basically, Crystal and Yus got into a heated moment, and it would have been one of those moments that you lot would have probably listened to and found
Intently.
entertaining, but then some
And some
people would
would've
have
been like, oh my
been
God,
like,
this is
yeah,
so
it's too much,
professional.
because it was very intense. And then she left. And then we resumed. But yeah, it was very intense because I was just thinking, okay. And like, you always put me in the middle, man.
How?
Like,
No,
it
I'm
sounds like
joking.
you're the common
No, I'm
denominator,
joking. You
though.
are though.
You and Brent, you and Gina, you and why is it always
So when exactly. So in that episode,
It's me.
in
I'm the problem.
so when that happened that day, I literally was thinking, if I grab you by your ear and I twist it, because I was like, okay, guys,
No,
calm
but
down.
you know
calm
she was
down.
coming for me, don't it?
No,
Be rude.
100%. The thing is, I got
she was-
Brent.
She was doing a whole stay in your lane vibe. Remember?
Remember,
And that's what gets you riled up.
yeah, but Brent.
Yeah, because who?
Don't talk to me like that. This is my podcast.
No, it's never about my podcast. 'cause
No,
he always
but
goes
it
on that
did,
narrative.
go down that road. though.
100% it did.
It did. He went down that road and he was like, this is my
did.
pod.
But that was the
You
reason
can
why
leave.
I was annoyed though.
Okay, I'm out. I'm going to go. And then she went.
I'm glad you said that. Like I said, you can leave.
leave.
Because you lot acted like I said, get out.
No, you didn't. But Yusuff, if it's me
Yeah.
and I'm arguing with you and I've come to your thing and you're like, oh, this is my thing, you can leave.
No, it wasn't, this is my thing, you can leave.
No, you did.
She said something, then in the rebuttal, I said, well, you can leave then. She said something to prompt me to say that.
But this is my
Remember.
point. But you saying that,
Back, yeah.
give and take. No, I know. But anyway, what I'm saying is I'm siding with you because if anybody...
Crystal, you don't have to call me to discuss this, but
basically, if anyone comes at me on a stay in your lane vibe, that's going to trigger me as well. So I understood why you got riled up. But in that moment, I was just thinking, brother... We're here, okay? calm it, Kermit. We're here. Like, it doesn't need to go left. It's fine. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I just wanted to twist your ear. I just thought, you know, when you pinch your child, like, come on. That's what I wanted to do. But it was awkward because I was just like, and then I just was like,
he was relieved when it is that she took up the invitation to leave. You can go, you know. All right, I will.
And then after that, it was like, so, and I was just like, nah. This is weird. But you know what I respect about you? You literally can be, like, you can go through something and then literally woosah and get back to normal. I can't, man.
Yeah, you just go quiet and this.
I'll have to take, I respect
Apart
that.
from when I walked out, of course.
No, I know, but I mean, like, with that, you managed to carry on the pod. I wouldn't have been able to because my energy would have been so off and I would have been so livid that,
Yeah, I know. You know what it is? I know, obviously, this is a podcast.
Yeah, no, I respect
just
that.
Be like,
I respect it. It's
you know what it
grown.
feels like? It feels like a group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People just at it, not at it, loving each other. Because some people might just cut it out. You want the real.
yeah.
You want the real.
And also, you have to remember, you know when you've got 3 people in a room, in radio, you've got something called an AMAC, who's the person who kind of like leads conversation or... I feel like I'm the AMAC, not in a bad way.
That's fine.
So if I'm quiet, like people like, for example, just if we're talking now, minus you lot being here and it goes quiet, everyone looks to me like, if it's the Ghana group, everyone looks to me like, okay, what's the next topic?
So your docket.
So I feel like if I'm quiet, no one else is going to be like, okay, guys, what's the next topic of conversation? So that's why I have to be on all the time.
Yeah, I get
Because
it.
everyone looks to me to be the person, all right, Yus, what's next on the docket?
You are a leader, isn't it?
Basically.
What's your favourite episode?
The one where Mark Cuban tried to hot piece.
You
I
love
didn't
bringing
listen
this
to
up.
that. It's the only episode I haven't listened to.
Ameera was like,
Alright,
guys,
she said
no.
she
Listen,
didn't-
That is the
I know
only
why.
episode I haven't listened to.
her tweet was like, I'm disgusted. I'm not going to listen to it. I was like, sis. And I was like, oh, but she's like one of our faves.
And I was so upset because, you know, like I had my broom in my hand getting ready to start cleaning.
I'm dead, her broom.
And then I
But-
clicked on it
but
and I was
we had
like...
a little chat. You said you can listen to it. Remember, we had a little chat.
No, but I even spoke to Gina and Gina said that, like, give it a little bit of a try.
Yeah, I said give it a try.
But then I started seeing tweets and I was like, no. I'm
Yeah,
not
and then
doing
literally
it.
from the tweets,
okay.
I remember you were like, yeah, I'm
I was
not
just like,
going
yeah.
there.
Wait, what was the reason you didn't want to listen to it?
She just doesn't like him.
Are you-
Yeah, I don't like him.
That's fair enough.
And do you not
Yeah.
like him based on backchat?
Oh no, he used to date my cousin.
Oh, okay, never
Oh,
mind.
man,
Yeah.
you got that inside tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside
Okay.
scoop.
Fair
Not a
enough.
very nice person. But yeah, we move.
Anyway.
I think that episode was entertaining though.
Yeah, no, it was.
It
Especially
went left though. It didn't. That's not how I thought it was gonna go at all.
Literally.
I was like, rah, okay.
But the next week, when I was listening to, I don't remember what happened, but then you guys, both of you said, okay, he will never be coming back. And I was just like, you know, when a part of you's like, oh, should I go listen just to find out what really
Yeah.
happened?
See, now I'm definitely
For
going to
him
listen to
to
that
not
one.
be.
No, that episode
Yeah.
was
But
very
to be fair,
tense.
if Mark came back, it wouldn't go down the same road because we already cleared all that stuff. So
Yeah.
if he comes back, it's not going to be the same type of episode.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not saying we're going to bring him back, but if he did ever come back, I'm not opposed to him coming back. I
Yeah.
know
You
it's
can
not,
leave.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be that again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, who knows though? 'Cause, I mean,
The episode I thought was going to be more fiery was the episode with Julia Nuga and how you were saying that, you didn't, like, because before,
Listen.
it sounded like there was beef. And I was
Listen,
like, I'm
listen,
ready.
listen.
I'm ready.
Julie remembers. The way me and Julie are now shows me that she remembers. She's making up for lost time.
I'm dead.
Oh, blah, blah. No, me and Julie are cool actually. But I believe I think she's lying because there's no way, unless you have amnesia, like you actually have
Nah, like
amnesia.
she literally like erased you from her existence. Like she
Mad.
Papa was like, who are you again? Like, you know, that kind of.
No, but I told you she messaged me after to apologize.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
that it's just. It was really fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Funny.
I'm gonna ask her to come back for the 200th episode actually.
What have you guys got planned for the 200th episode?
I thought we were gonna do like the All Star.
Yeah, I know she's a part of All-Star now.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So in my mind, we're just gonna invite on just random people. Who dynamic is good. I was thinking Julie. This is like my starting five. Julie, Tolly, want to bring back one of the free shots, guys, but because Marv just came on, like, should we bring back Marv again so soon? But Julie, Tolly, Marv.
Bring back Taser. So you can, because I feel like when you're on 3 shots, he banters you. And it's like...
No, I think it's Keith, you know.
No, but Taze wouldn't
No,
banter me on it, though.
Keith banters everyone.
No, but I feel like Yusuff is the only person that consistently plays it into Keith. Like, I'll be listening to it and I'm like, don't fall for it. And he does.
The last one was
all
a bit
the
mad.
time.
I said, don't know. Oh, you went down the
And
road.
then when he tried to do it, then he backtracked. And I was like, no, you should have kept
Kept
on
the same
going.
energy, yeah? Keep that same
The
energy.
thing is, you know what's so funny? I don't know why, yeah, but when Keith like tries to banter me, I don't ever take it serious from Keith. I don't know what it is. But so when people say,
You're
oh,
trying
yeah,
to say
Keith
you don't
always...
take him serious?
No.
Like he's not a serious candidate?
No.
Sorry, but this is what Brent would do. Literally.
Whenever Keith banters
Brent,
me,
man.
I just take it
That was your cue.
like banter. I don't ever take it
No,
seriously.
it's not
but if
like
it's
serious.
Taze or Marv, it rouses me up.
You take it a bit
when
more
it's
personal.
Keith, it's like, it's just Keith. I don't know what it
No,
is.
but it's
Not
the
in a bad
things
way.
that
So-
Keith says. So, like what? I think Keith does what Brent does, but
Yeah.
Worse.
Because Keith was doing what Brent does, I don't really mind it. Like, Keith is trying to instigate the scenario and trying to rile me up. Whereas Taser is making a direct, like,
Till today, Jordan
insult.
5s, I'll start laughing.
That's the thing. Like, man has bantered like Jordans are legit.
No one can wear
The thing
Jordans.
is, Jordans are legit creps.
They are.
But the 5s now,
Tongue out.
the 5s in particular have been ridiculed.
Literally.
So if I ever rock 5s now, use Jordan 5 with a tongue out. I can't wear
Literally.
Jordan 5s no more.
That's so funny.
I got 2 pairs.
do you look at them like, okay, where you, man?
Damn, son. We had a good run, but it's over now. But yeah,
Y'all had a little falling out, right?
who
A
mean
little
Taze?
disagreement. Yeah. Well, a misunderstanding where is y'all had to call each other and clear
Over
it up.
that, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think it was? I think people who heard it took more offense to it.
Yeah, but
And that made you then
yeah.
think.
Basically, after the episode, I never really took offense to it. I didn't really care, to be fair. And it was Jesse and Gloria who kind of amped me up, like, rah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have that.
Yeah,
That's what the devil does, man, to be honest.
sorry?
That's what the devil does, man.
Satan.
They were like, right, you let him talk to you like that. I feel like it's very disrespectful. And I'm thinking, you know what? You're right, you know. You're right, you know.
The Yusuff was like, hello.
You're right. But then, yeah, but we spoke, and we, you know what I mean? I love the guy. It's all good. It's all good. Any other moments? Any other episodes?
The last episode when Crystal was on and she was talking about attachments in the book, I got the book off the episode.
yeah, I
Yeah,
love
I saw
that
it,
book.
I saw
It's
it.
really good.
It's so good.
What
It's
book's
so
that?
good. It's called Attached.
Oh, attached.
That episode was really good because, you know, you had good chemistry. But when you started talking about the book and how she started explaining, you know, the difference between being secure, anxious, and avoidant, I think that was very important for a lot of people in our generation in terms of dating. I think people are meeting people and kind of getting to know them and getting entangled, but not understanding themselves and then understanding the other person. And I think the book really helps you in terms of, like, you'll have a certain understanding of yourself, but then it'll explain. So, for example, I am secure generally in relationships and secure generally in like friendships and like with my family, but then anxious in relationships. And that's based on past experiences. So then I know going forward, if I have any kind of entanglement, if I start to like someone,
I'm done. He keeps saying it. And I'm just like,
no, because it's like, because even the lingo, you can't say relationships, but you have any kind of thing, you're like, okay, if I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling this way because there's a closeness I want to kind of bridge a gap. And if the person is kind of avoiding me, it might be because they're avoiding. But I feel for me, when I understand something, it's like, oh, okay, I take the power away. It's not as scary. It's not as big. So I think that was a really cool episode for me because I think she gave a specific recommendation, and then going to then read that was like, okay, this is really helpful.
Don't you think that she explained it in the most beautiful way? Because sometimes I can hear book synopsis from somebody and like I wouldn't be looking to go and buy it.
Yeah.
How she broke it down.
Brilliantly. Like it's almost as it's so, in some ways if you don't have the time to read, you've got if you listen to the episode, her breakdown, how she gives you the example of the experiment, you understand the core concept of the book, and you can then use that to then apply it to your own life. You know,
And
because
also understand other people.
exactly.
It makes you even understand the people you've previously dated as well, and not even look at them from a perspective of, oh, you're wicked and evil, more from a
This is how
perspective
you are.
of, oh, I
Whoa,
understand why
what was
you
that?
would
That
be
scared
like
me.
that,
Yeah.
or what led you to become the person you are today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that book.
Going back to favorite episodes, the episode with me, obviously I was there. Us two, Marvin and Tolly.
Yeah, that was
That's
Which
us-
one
that's
now? I
us
think
four.
wasn't they them the twice?
Have we had it twice?
I think there was
think
twice.
so.
The one where we were talking about if a girl puts
My
a girl
friend likes.
puts
Oh.
a guy in a group chat and says, I like him, then he's off.
Oh yeah,
limits.
that's the yeah. We
Oh,
was talking about
episode.
that. Yeah,
The episode
that was
fun
funny.
still. Yeah. I'm pissed because that was before we done YouTube.
That would have been.
We've lost a lot of YouTube gems, you know.
Yeah, it would have been sick.
I blame myself still. I was the one who was reluctant.
Thank you. I'm glad you all know. It wasn't me. I was ready.
Because you're a strong 4 out of 10.
Come 4.5.
Listen,
4.5. You forgot
Can't
the
you- can't you see-
0.5.
can't you see the side profile and that?
Come on.
Telling you. All right, cool. You've been wanting to talk about something for a few weeks. We didn't get to talk about the whole gym thing. Remember?
Oh, okay, yeah. It wasn't a few weeks. It was last week even.
Okay, last week.
He's not talking what? He's talking about. Okay, so a few girls I know in the fitness industry have come out and spoken about their experiences of sexual harassment, should I say? Is that the word? Or some sort of harassment from men in the gym, not necessarily staff members, like just anyone in the gym. Like,
Quickly, there's a video. Sorry to interrupt you.
I know
There's
the
a
video.
There's a video that I saw yesterday. I don't know if it's
Oh,
real.
Absolutely.
It is.
A woman's
So
doing.
wild.
A woman's doing
Wild.
I've seen
She's
it.
squatting.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
squatting. She's squatting.
And the guy comes behind her,
3 times.
sniffs her bum, and walks off. I'm
And then
thinking,
comes
huh?
back and does it again.
Does it again.
3 times.
I haven't seen that.
Like
Yeah.
the level of holiness.
What's
He needs, to
going
be,
on
he
here?
needs to be.
very
He
cheeky.
needs to go under the prison. Like
I'm dead. So there's two different girls I know have literally spoke about their experience. Someone DM'd me and was just like, he was in the gym that same day and was like, there was a girl squatting and there was a guy like watching her in the mirror, but he was proper like perving over her to the point where he came and tapped the guy and was like, big man, focus. And the guy started laughing and was like, sorry, my bad. But like, she's proper like hench, like look at her bum. And he was like, man, them are really like perverted in the gym setting. And I said, you know what it is? It's like you get told, like I've had so many comments, you know what you're doing, you know? No, what am I doing?
Yeah,
Like,
nigga. I'm trying to get these gains.
Like, you know what you're doing,
That's
you
what I'm
know?
doing.
Your problem, okay? A problem for who? You maybe? But it's like, it's unnecessary because what they're like with the two girls, their thing is like, it's like saying stuff like, wear modest clothes so guys can't, you know, like rape you and stuff like that. So it's like, are we meant to now in the gym wear really baggy tracksuit bottoms or like wear t-shirts and stuff just so guys can't perv on us? But it's like, I'm in the gym the same reason you're in the gym. I'm trying to work on myself. I don't get how my physical appearance is affecting you so much to the point where you can't control yourself and you have to comment or move extremely inappropriate. Because with one of them, she was saying how the guy was like, I like how you squat, you know, and just making those kind of remarks, which really put her off. And then with the other girl, she was like how he kept, like, he was a member that was there for a while. And like, he'll be like, why has your bum gone smaller? Why have you lost weight on your bum? You know, that kind of stuff, like policing her body.
Yeah.
And I can relate to that because I had a friend who would like make these kind of comments. And I remember like we didn't speak for like, we only started speaking like Ghana just gone. And we didn't speak for like 2 years because there was a day where I was in a mood, but he kept policing my body. And I got so angry. Like I lashed out because it was like, why have you lost bare weight, man? Like, you need to get thick again. Like, just, you know them dumb comments? And it was over like an Instagram picture or something like that. And I was like, face your fucking front, you prick. Like, you have a missus.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, like my missus is bare thick. And like, you know what? And I just thought, you think my physique is based on your perception. Like, I generally don't care what you think about me. But it was like, I would always get comments like, or like, you've been going in. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, sometimes it's like, okay, leave me the fuck alone. Like, it's annoying. Not everyone goes to the gym to like, for vanity reasons. And even if you do, so what? Like, it's for yourself. It's like, it's annoying. It is annoying.
Yeah. No, it is. Well, I can't say it is because it's not happened to me, but I can understand why that would be annoying. Guys need to face their front, bro.
Do you guys, as a man though, like in the gym, do you see it in the gym? Like, let's say if a girl walks past and there's a group of boys and it's just like, zhun?
Not really, you know, because I'm just focused on what I'm doing, so I'm not looking at others. But in my lifetime, I have probably seen a setting where an attractive woman has walked past and guys have looked at her. But I don't think I've seen like extreme cases, like for example, the guy sniffing the girl's bum or guys proper like watching intently.
Yeah.
Maybe it's happening around me. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
But I don't see that much in my experience, but I know it happens for sure.
I think it's mad to try and put the onus on women because if women came into the gym wearing a full length gown, there'll still be some guy trying to perv. So there's the whole thing of wear less. That's not the issue. The issue is how men are behaving. It's a tough one because you don't want to do this thing where you're like being overprotective and like, oh, don't look at her, and she's like, I'm fine, you know. So it's
Yeah.
you know, it's a case where like if you see something egregious, you might want to like step in or might want to ask if she feels comfortable. But generally, you're just like focusing on what you because you go to the gym to work out. You're not going to the gym to like
Police everybody else.
be the gym police. Like, oh, you're on that for too long. Why are you looking at her? Like, a bit weird. So I think again, all we can do is just try and support women and how so when they raise these concerns, we're like, oh, we hear you. This is a valid thing, and then we'll try and do better because. As much as it would be great if we could just go around with a stick, just whacking all these perverts. I guess.
Yeah.
Do you have these conversations with like amongst each other on how to treat women? I feel like there's only so much
No, of course you don't.
women can keep saying to men, oh, please listen, please stop doing this, please. I feel like sometimes you guys might have to have the conversations together.
Yeah, no. When you said that, I said, she's bluffing because
I know you don't. Of course you don't.
no, that doesn't really happen. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
of course it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think guys. But like, for example, when the list and stuff came out,
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of guys really had no idea that sexual harassment or any form of abuse was actually abuse because most people could relate to a scenario, be like, wow, like it's the norm. Do you get what I mean? So I guess if that's your norm, you're not gonna see it as it being something that you need to kind of speak to them and them about.
Yeah.
So it's obviously when we're raising our concerns or talking about it, if you're a guy who has friends or you've seen it around you, I guess it would be for then you to reiterate it and be like, oh man, like allow it, like, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
guess that's how you could.
If a guy sees his friend acting egregious, I can only talk for my circle. We're gonna check each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? But we don't have these, kumbaya conversations where we're talking about how to act and how to treat women. No, but if we see our friends acting out of order, big man, you're bugging out. Relax.
I mean,
I've
like you
seen
said,
it done before, but I don't think it's done enough. Because I remember the first time I saw it, I felt like, oh wow, like men are human beings. Like, wow, that's very nice that they've done that.
Yeah.
No, literally, because that was the first time I ever saw something like that. And I really respected the men for doing that because they really went up to their friend and was like, you've made her feel in such a way that, look, like she's walked over there like to go run away with her friends. Don't do that again. So it was nice to see. I just feel like it just
Which we
needs
need
to happen
more of because, for example, how you are as an individual, you're around like-minded people. So I'm assuming I'd assume my friends not to act in a certain way until you see something. So you can't be like, oh, just speak on it just for
the
speaking
sake
on
of,
it. You need to see something in action. You can't be like, oh, make sure you don't do this or sexually assault someone because it's not in your mind. You won't expect someone to do it because I don't do it. You know what I mean? Not saying that's right, but it's just something you expect everyone to be like as a normal human being, not to abuse people or look at someone in a certain way and make them feel uncomfortable in the gym or even in the clubs or whatever, you know what I mean?
But I think a lot of the time people have this perception of rapists and abusers are these like bald white men in their mum's basement just typing on computers. And look at what even happened today about like people talking about Trey Songz. I don't know the ins and outs of it.
I didn't
But
see
sometimes good looking men are also like rapists. Good looking men are also abusers. But also women are also abusers. And I feel like what men don't understand is when you're silencing women when they're talking about put a trigger warning, by the way. But when you guys are silencing women on speaking about rape and abuse and things like that, you're actually also silencing men that have also experienced these things because they're looking at it like, oh, look at how they're treating women for going through this. I will never ever speak about what I've gone through. And there's men that have gone through abuse and rape and things like that they've never told a single soul and they're taking it to their grave because they see what women are going through and they're thinking there's no way I'm going to be able to take all of that on. So even if you're not going to look at it from a perspective of being an ally to women, at least like for your brothers, like sort it out. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's a case of where generally you don't have these conversations because you just assume people within your circle, your close circle, they think like you, so they won't have any issue. But there are some certain trigger points where you're like, okay, let's just have a talk. Let's just make sure everyone's on the same page. And it's happened because obviously with lockdown, everyone's been less busy. So we had more time to focus and commune. So I have had some conversations with my close friends because it's like, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. And I think things that come up kind of help you understand, because I watched and I loved I May Destroy You, and it brought up a nuance around some of the different forms of abuse. And again, it's kind of like ignorance of, or like you might not have seen this, or you might not understand that this is wrong, but then you've now had that knowledge, so then you spread it amongst your group, So it's no one's perfect, no one's born woke, but it's a continual process to try and be better and try and make sure that what you're doing is.
I don't think the internet allows. I don't think social media allows people
At
the
all.
progression
At all.
of change.
At all.
I think
so unforgivable.
honestly, even when people do bring up back the tweets, I'm not gonna lie, some of the tweets are mad that people do bring back up. But I also think that we haven't always thought like this.
Yeah.
So if it's taken you up until 21 to become woke, or you went to uni and you were around certain people and it took you 3 years to get to the point that you're at now, also allow other people the leeway of one day getting there. I think sometimes it's like, you read the Quran or you read the Bible and it's like, I have all this knowledge, and then now you want to come and police other people. But it's like, okay, just 3 weeks ago you was in the clubs like twerking and doing whatever you were doing, and then now you've got the knowledge and you want to police people. I don't know how we got to the point of becoming so unforgiving. And I think it's also leaking into like our dating lives as well. I just feel like our generation.
You know what?
Let's
I
go
feel like
there.
It's a write-off.
Let's go there. When you're talking about dating life,
Dating scene is finished, bro.
Yeah,
Can
I
get some
agree.
sweets, please?
when you say the dating scene, and in terms of like being
Sorry,
unforgiving,
bro.
give me a scenario or an example.
I'm not gonna lie, a part of me is really petty, and I understand why it's petty. It's coming from a place of resentment for right now, because I haven't always thought like this. And I know some of the times, like the way I tweet, I'm not gonna lie, I tweet sometimes to trigger people. But
Wow, look at you.
yeah, like I'm
you
not
know what,
gonna
the
lie.
honesty, I love it. I love it. I love
but
it.
I know that even sometimes when I'm doing it from a place of hurt and anger. Like for example, sometimes like it's kind of hit and miss, but I'll speak about black men, for example, and say, you know what, black men are like this, black men are like that. But then I see other black women that only date white men want to talk about black men, and I'm like, no, we don't do that over here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then it makes me look like I'm mad, because it's like, okay, but
When
three
it's
tweets
you,
ago,
you can
three
do that,
tweets
but
ago,
when it's
you
me,
were
I can't.
talking about black men, and I'm agreeing with you, and it's like, no, but it's different because I'm still exclusively dating them.
Yeah.
Whereas with you don't date them, but then you're bashing them. I feel a way about that. It's also about the black men that constantly talk down about black women, and you're not dating us. Don't speak about us. If you don't like us, just keep us out of your mouth. Do you know what I mean?
That's always been my stance. when
Yeah,
it
you
comes
don't have to. We don't want
dating.
you as well. If you don't want us,
yeah.
we don't want you as well. Just stop speaking about us in such a like bad manner. Oh, you're wearing wigs. Oh, you've got this. You don't have hair. Da, 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 da. And it's like, come on. So I feel like our dating scene is right off, because we are coming to the point where we've all been heartbroken. We've all done this. We've all done that. And it's just like, can you actually really be bothered?
First of all, Twitter is like some toxic playground. You guys need to just come off that app.
I'm not on. Listen, unless you only see me on there retweeting or doing podcast stuff.
It's like you go on there,
I
you get
can't be on
triggered,
there,
you go
man.
on there, you get into arguments, you
It's
go on
too
there.
much.
It's just drama. It's just drama. Like
I haven't got the energy.
you're going on there, you're trying to trigger people on purpose.
You know, the reason why I'm doing it on purpose is because I feel like there's some men that have built their platform on cussing women for 10 years, and we're cussing you for 2 months, and all of a sudden, like,
But you know what's
this
saying
head
that?
loss, like you can't breathe, like you're talking about,
Women
you're
have
having
been,
this,
women
that.
have been cussing men for 2 months. Come on.
Okay, maybe 2 years max.
As
Max.
in-
Men are trash.
Yeah, men are trash.
So men and trash,
Men
men and
are
trash is
trash.
hold on. Men and trash to me has been around longer than 2 years. We're in 2020, you know. You're telling
Yeah,
me
but I feel like
2018 was
I
the
feel
first time you heard men is
No, but I'm
trash.
saying
Yeah, but
2018
men
was at
have
the
been-
peak.
No, but okay,
I feel
cool.
like when the whole
Since
black
2010, they've
Listen,
been talking about
men-
dark-skinned
men
women
have
are
been
this and
bashed for
dark-skinned
years.
women.
So have women. Let's not act like men being bashed is something that's only come across in the
No,
last 2 years.
it's the coining of men are trash.
Okay,
The phrasing.
the term men is
yeah,
trash
2 years.
is newer than cool, whatever. But men have been
have a sweet,
bashed.
please?
Yeah,
Thank you.
men have been bashed for years. I mean, well,
Rightfully so.
yeah, rightfully so as well. Men are not angels. So why are we immune to being, talked about. It's not the case.
But Ameera, you say you go on Twitter to just bash people.
Can you guys edit this part out?
No.
Delete all that shit. Delete all that.
No,
You
but
did that shit.
But why?
Yes, fuck.
Why do you do it? Is it a way to as an out?
Yeah,
Like-
I know why I'm doing it now. It's because I'm in a season at the moment where
You're
I'm
contributing.
Just,
You're one of the
seasoned.
toxic people on there, though.
I'm just annoyed at men. I'm over it.
But
Yeah,
why?
but
I'm over it.
If there's 100 women like you who are going on Twitter who are annoyed with men, who are angry, frustrated, you're just creating. You're the queen
I
of
know.
toxic Twitter.
And,
I don't understand.
no,
I don't
I'm not.
understand. Wait. Are you doing things outside of what you should be doing, or are you calling them what they are?
No, I'm calling them what they
So
are,
what's the problem?
but it's making me
Because
look like.
she's contributing to the toxicity.
No,
The
but
thing
she's
is,
telling
I
the truth,
haven't
no?
always been like this though.
guess.
I feel like also we need to have some sort of empathy to some people because it's the thing of, I didn't always think men are trash. And even sometimes when I used to say men are trash, to be honest, I didn't even know men are trash until I actually experienced a trash man. And I was like, oh, so that's what women were talking about when they were talking about men are trash. But
If I speak,
but I do. I know
Trouble.
it makes me sound mad, like I'm purposely going on there. Most of the time, if I see something that triggers me, I retaliate to what's triggered me. Because I feel like as a black woman on Twitter, we've been silenced for so long. You just keep taking it. People are calling you this, they're calling you that, and it's now it's like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not just gonna keep.
But do you think that?
consuming that? I'm gonna give it back as well.
But you're saying black women will go through it. Like Gina was saying, like when she was going through school, like going through people just cussing her or doing this, that. How do you think that would change though? Obviously,
What
it
do
would
you
change. As in, like, how can you change that? How can you change people's outlook? Obviously, it's not right. You shouldn't cuss nobody, but cussing your own race is bad enough.
But then-
and you digging at your own race, digging at black women, like as a community, as me, I want to know how can I contribute to changing some black men's mentality against black women. Like, how would I?
I think you
I
just
think
gotta
having the
put out-
conversation.
put out positivity yourself.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people, until we had these conversations, remember, like, if you don't experience something, it's not going to cross your mind. So if you've never, you're first of all, you're a guy, right? So you've never had another guy say to you, your blick or your butt, whatever, because it's just not something that you are going to experience.
Yeah.
So I don't expect it to cross your mind or to even be something that you think about or consider. So if we're having these conversations, it might have been something that you've even experienced from somebody else, and you've been present when it's happened, but just kind of like, do you know what I mean? And not seeing the effect it could have had or has had or whatever. So I feel like until we've had these conversations and having these conversations, it's allowing the younger generation to be more, like, people are seeing
learn.
people be dragged.
Yeah.
So it's very clear
Yeah.
that this isn't something that you should be doing. So if you are now 13, 14 on social media and you've seen that people are being dragged, you're understanding that, okay, this isn't something that we're meant to be doing. And I feel like we're changing the narrative anyway, because we have people in high positions speaking about it also. So even like when artists are going back and forth, you've got someone like Tion Wayne who's always said, I've always represented black women, or like spoke about dark skinned women and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like it's actually a conversation that's happening. So I feel like by doing that, you're exposing people to see what the actual real deal is. Do you get what I mean? I don't think you can change someone's perception, and that might not even necessarily be the job or the role to do. But by having these conversations and planting seeds, it's for the person to then go back and think or reflect or be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure when I've had conversations with some of my friends, they're like, you know what, you're right, you know? Like, yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't have enabled that, or yeah, I need to do better. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then from there, it can become something better. But if we're just not talking about it, or it's being brushed under the carpet as, everyone goes through this phase, then it's like, so if everyone goes through this phase, then it might not actually be that bad. No, it's just like, it's like teething problems.
But you're saying about speaking about it, like putting it out in some atmosphere of something, just spreading positivity. Going back to the gym conversation, say if we're all friends now and we're speaking about, how do you find it in gym, and you're speaking it like something that you don't do, someone's still probably in the corner thinking, you know what, tomorrow I'm gonna do a madness. Not even thinking of, but you know what I mean? Like, you could put it out there,
Yeah,
but
you know,
people
but
are
you know
gonna
that-
be people.
But you know that person needs Jesus because
Of course, but
That's
you
a
could say that.
deviant.
You could say that
man's
with.
preempting the
You,
savagery.
no, you know,
Tomorrow, I'm gonna
some
go to
people
the
do
gym.
that because
That's straight. Oh, the girl.
Because you know what? That man that
That's
was
a predator,
that,
though.
that
Yeah.
bent over and smelt the girl's bum. That's something.
That's not the first time.
That's not the first
It's not
time.
the first time. It's not the first time.
And you know what? It's not the first time because he did it so many times.
Yeah.
You're
He's
thinking,
tapped.
I'm doing this because
He's tapped.
I'm getting
Yeah.
off and I'm gonna do it, and
Yeah,
I'm
so
not gonna
he's-
get cool.
He wanted to get cool.
So
Yeah, that
if
is.
for God forbid one of my friends
Brent,
did that, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, respect girls, this, that, he's still in the corner thinking, you know what? When I go to the club, I might grab a girl's bum, and I don't know about it. So how am I meant to actually like resolve an issue that I don't know about?
But
and
you can't.
he
you
Yeah,
can't.
I think-
you know
I
what I
think
mean?
You
that's-
can't,
that's
and
the
you
important
can't. That's
thing
what
to
I'm saying.
realise,
You
yeah?
can't put that much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
It's not your job.
Yeah.
Because
Your job.
also they're big ass adults. These
Yeah.
are, you know what I mean?
You have to realize a lot of guys don't do crud in front of their friends.
That's the thing.
Like they do this stuff behind closed doors when their friends are not around. So it's
But then
hard
their
to.
friends always defend them like they're always around. Because a girl will be like,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, your friend did this to me. And then, oh no, but the kind of person
It's
I think
because-
he
yeah,
is
yeah, but-
because
It's because you're defending your friend based upon what you know about him. So it's,
Yeah.
it's hard. If I'm never seeing this guy do anything bad, what I see is good, then obviously I'm going to say,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he only shows me the good side. So you're just going off what you know, innit? But that's what I'm saying. It's hard to have these conversations if you don't know these things are happening. So if you don't know your
Okay.
friends are scumbags or your friends are deviants, then how are you meant to police them? You can't because you don't
Yeah.
know what they're doing behind closed doors.
dating is just too difficult now.
I feel like in terms of what
Our
you're
parents
saying,
didn't have to go
Listen,
through
I'm
all
not
of
even
this.
getting married no more. Do you have to sign, bruv?
Wait, so-
Really?
Done, bruv.
wait, what?
You-
Wait,
nah,
I
he's
had a bad
he's
weekend
just
still.
saying this for the pod.
I used.
so
Listen, I'm done, bro.
You're out the game. Why?
Oh, you're out the game.
I'm done, bruv.
I feel like this is me. I'm
I'm
out.
tired.
But why? Wait, can we
Listen.
delve on this? Like, why?
I've been through the storm.
But do you not think like there's light at the end of the
Oh,
tunnel?
no.
Nah.
No.
There's always light at the end of the
Finished.
tunnel.
I'm
If-
finished.
When this is over and I'm driving home, I'm going to be in your hair.
I used.
Because
Yo,
I'm not
We
having
could,
it.
you never know. You could go to a quick Antigua or something and see a sweet babe.
No,
Monster, you never know.
you never know.
Never know.
But I can only talk to how I feel
And-
now.
and you know what?
Right now, I'm done.
But you know what? You saying that you're done. You're speaking negativity into your life.
Oh, yeah, you're manifesting.
No, no, for
negative-
real
You
though.
said, look at the conversation me and Marv had with you the other day, yeah. And you even said it yourself, yeah. You yourself need to.
Wait, be careful with what you say.
I know, bruv. I'm not gonna go into. I'm not gonna.
Ba, boom, boom, ba.
Yeah. Come on, we're here.
Yeah.
You said yourself that you need to adjust your approach or how you've been moving, yeah. And I was really glad to hear that because I guess at the time you didn't feel like you was doing anything wrong. I'm not saying that you was doing something wrong, but as friends we could see the flaws, and in the sense of like move as you mean to go on. Do you get what I mean? And I didn't feel like you were doing that.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't. So after that conversation, you know, you were like, oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Maybe I need to move a bit different, which I still think you do. Obviously, I don't know why you had a bad weekend or what has made you come to this
Listen,
conclusion.
the weekend I had, I'm not gonna talk about on the pod, but you know them eye openers.
Yeah,
Like sat down on Monday, like shit.
really.
Nah, I'm done.
Why
I'm
didn't
out.
you tell me, bruv?
I'm out.
And you know
I'm
what's
out.
annoying? I was meant to come on Saturday, by the way.
How was it?
Yeah, but Crystal flopped me and I didn't want to go. And I was like,
Hold on, to the shisha lounge.
yeah.
I got some videos for you, know. I was toast.
And I was like,
It was your party part 2, but not as bad.
but then the thing is, I was like, Yusuff's going, but I was like, oh, I don't want to be his wingman because I'm going to really cock
Why you
block
looking
him
so
if I go.
confused?
I'm baffled.
But you know what,
At what?
Gene?
I'm baffled.
At the
Sorry.
No,
This
go on.
fella's talking. Go on.
No, go on. I
That's
don't
right.
want to disturb. Go on.
You sure?
No, go on.
My friend. It was last week when we were kind of skirting around a particular scenario that happened,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So in my
That's funny.
mind,
Skirt.
it was just the other day that you weren't ready for a relationship anyway. But now you're saying, no, I don't want
The
to
thing
get
is,
married.
you take me doing or being in a certain scenario as me not being ready for a relationship. Big man, separate the two.
I'm trying to.
No, but
I'm trying to see where is it you stop doing what you normally
one
do.
person. Wait. Do you believe that a person can be in a mindset where he wants to settle down but still be in the streets per se.
So Brent,
No, okay.
Brent,
Can one
this
do
is
that?
Brent.
One can.
Okay,
I'm not
so
saying
this
that
is
it's me. I'm just
Is
saying
it
one
working?
can.
Is it working?
Huh?
Is it working?
no.
Actually, yeah, people can. I just
People
don't think
can.
it works. Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah,
People-
but
most
they-
people
but
are.
they
Most
can.
people
It doesn't
Yeah.
work. No, people can, and it does not work. Which is why, when I was talking to my friend, I advised my friend that big man, you claim that you want this, but you're moving in the complete opposite direction. And his response was, "Well, am I meant to just sit here and wait for it to fall on my lap? I'm still going to be doing what I'm doing." I'm like, okay, I hear that, but also it's about. You put what you put out is what you get back. So if your intention
There's
is to
nothing
settle,
out there, Gina.
big man,
Listen,
relax.
No, wait.
Nothing out
Let's
there.
talk about this.
Streets are done. Streets are done.
No.
The
I
streets
feel
are
like
tapped.
I feel like we don't understand
I'm so sorry.
the power of the words we're using.
For
So we
real.
say
For real.
it's
No,
a
but come on,
jumble.
okay, we
We
have
say
to-
the streets are done.
You have to
We
be
say
honest,
we're
yeah.
giving up.
There's power in the tongue.
We're
From a
saying these things
Christian,
out loud.
from a religious background, there is power in the tongue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It says
Okay.
it. I don't know if it says it in the Quran, but in the Bible,
Yeah, the powers and tongue.
it says
Where's my 60 million? Huh? I've been waiting.
there's power in the tongue. And also, you know when they say prime example, yeah, you know when they say stuff like, okay, let's say you're praying for something and you want something, yeah, you have to, it's like, you have to be active with the prayer, right? So it's like, you're praying to God for a job.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, you've prayed, but you're not applying for
Yeah.
jobs, so you're not
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
interviews or applications. For me, it's like, you can't say you want to settle down, but then you're not behaving or preparing yourself to settle down.
true.
Do you get what I mean? It's a conflict. So it's like,
So I have
big
to
man,
stop my tweets.
it's like, are you ready? Yeah, no, because
You know what?
it's like, are you ready or not? Like, which one is it?
It's a bit mad because I think it makes sense why black women in general will want. They have the voice, so they're talking and they should. But there's a certain point for yourself individually. You're saying all these things. You're saying men are trash. You're saying men are trash. You're saying men are trash. Okay, you're saying men are trash. That's the constant mantra.
I don't tweet that every day.
No,
by
I'm
the
not saying
way.
no.
But yeah,
This is not
go
you.
on.
This is rant. But then,
Yeah.
if you're saying this, how are you then going to see someone who is even a good option for you?
Yeah.
But you're automatically going to think, you're at least in your mind, subconsciously, this person is trash. This person
Yeah,
doesn't deserve my time.
facts.
So, like, as much as black women specifically should feel free to express themselves and continue to talk, there's a certain point where, like, you need to think about what you're saying, what you're putting out there. So what you're putting out there is what ultimately you're going to get. We're talking about manifestation. The reason I'm on this podcast, I've been saying recently to myself, I want to be on a podcast. I'm thinking about it, I want to be on a podcast.
My G.
Today I'm on a podcast.
My
See?
G.
You know?
That's lit.
It's what you think about,
And
what you
what you
constantly meditate
attract.
on. That's what you
And
attract
sometimes
and
what you ask for.
what you ask for. So keep
No,
asking
it's
for the
true.
60 million.
So-
yeah? He's gonna come.
No,
I
but
believe it.
do you get what I'm trying to say?
Let's
It's
make
like,
it 100.
but basically,
You guys in relationships, by the way?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say maybe like you guys are saying this because you're in relationships.
No.
no.
But that's
I'm
the
also
thing.
in these
I'm not
streets.
in a relationship, but I'm not saying, oh, women are trash or women are this, that,
How
that.
old
that.
are you? If you don't mind me
I'm
asking.
25.
Okay, how old are you?
27.
Oh, okay.
I'm the youngest. Jeez.
I just think that
Brent's the oldest.
there's power in the tongue in it. So I just feel like
Do you guys
have
actually
to,
know his age?
No, man.
And I do, but I forgot.
Why don't you want no one to know your age?
Because it doesn't matter.
Okay, fair enough.
Please don't.
You know what, Ameera? Someone could be on your timeline, seen not every, like maybe a week.
Imagine
or
a
a
guy
month.
likes you.
Yeah, and he could be like, bro, you know what, I might slide
any
in.
guy that's ever liked me and he's followed me on Twitter,
Oh, yeah,
I've
written off,
definitely,
written off.
yeah, that's
That's the
See?
thing. That's the
but
thing.
Ameera, but this is what I'm saying. How do you not know that you're actually intentionally
Sometimes
you're
looking at
intentionally
Amira's tweets,
ruining
I'm
your
like,
market?
Amira, why is Amira so angry today, bro?
You know what? I'm
Fuck, man.
actually most of the time I'm not even
Fuck, man,
angry.
bro.
I'm just cool, but obviously because of my tweets. But I think also sometimes I behave like, oh wow, proper therapy session in it. I behave like that on purpose to keep men away from me. Because
Sure,
it's just like, oh please, just don't.
It's like your defense. You're like
Yeah.
you're building up a wall. So
Yeah.
don't
But you're
come and-
building up a wall of someone that actually genuinely could change your life.
or
But
wants
what's
to get to know you.
for me, in my mind, the good guys are already in relationships and married.
You never know.
Not necessarily.
You never know. There's someone out there that could have just come out of a situation that's like, oh, I'm ready to settle down with the proper one, and you could be the proper one. You never know.
Etienne's preaching still.
You know what? And you know what it is? Would you lot not? You're saying men are trash. Why don't you go to the source? Like, you have good friends that you could ask around. Do you know anyone that's interested? Not per se, like, but like, is there anyone that I could be introduced to? Because I'm sure you would
I
trust.
Small island boy.
You know,
5,000. You're annoying. How can he say island boy?
Because the worst part is, especially when I was at uni, my mum was proper driving that. The whole, let me hook you up with someone. And I feel like, even sometimes when you speaks about like his dad, like saying, I'm trying to hook you up with somebody, I'm like, I relate because that's my mum, literally. Especially throughout my whole uni life. But even when I was at uni, I was in a relationship with someone from Montserrat. And because no one dragged my mum, but because he's Caribbean, my mum was like, okay, he's not gonna marry you, my dear. Like you need to find one African boy that's actually gonna marry you.
We kill that stereotype.
I know it's really bad, isn't it?
Bad.
He's like, he's not. Well, he didn't marry me because we're not together. But and he
was
didn't want to
right.
get married. Yeah, so
In that circumstance.
but my mum constantly was like, oh, I know this family that can hook you up with this person. But I was just like, no, I don't think that. Like, I didn't want to do that. But even to the extent of, I'm not gonna lie, slightly I'm the problem because even when my friends are like, oh, try this app. So I downloaded Hinge.
Hinge bangs.
Yeah.
I had downloaded
Raw.
Hinge and
said-
loads.
man
I know
said
loads
like
of
they
people
rave
that have
reviews.
met.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah,
It's
like
fantastic.
No,
serious?
Hinge
So
bang, trust
so
me.
many people gave
Can
me
actually
so
find
many
black
positive things about Hinge.
Is it
I
a black
downloaded
app?
the app.
No,
It's
it's
not
an app
black,
you
but
can find.
I was gonna say
Hinge is
though,
sick.
because obviously I've always been opposed to apps because it just sounded too cringe or too whatever. But when I deep it, I think, you know what? If you are able to go through the selection process and like eliminate what you don't want, and do you know what I mean? Like, why not? Why wouldn't you do that? Like,
Yeah.
it's to me, it's like. It's no different to meeting someone on social media and them sliding in your DMs.
Yeah.
But it's not weird to link up with someone that you've been speaking to in DMs. What's the difference with an app? Do you know what I mean? So I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
But I've been on there for 6 months, and every single person that has tried to talk to me, I'm
You're
just like,
airing.
But why? Why is that? Is it? You know why it is? Because
I think I'm too picky.
I'm sorry to get onto you, but it's
No, no,
because
go on,
you.
go on.
It's because you're already thinking,
You're not
men are trash. You're not
Yeah,
serious,
maybe.
or you might. He might say something, a certain sentence. You know, fuck this guy, X, and you're thinking that could be the guy.
I think
You're
a lot
just
of people-
picking on.
Yeah, I'm
individual-
literally looking at, like, they will message me. I look at the profile and I'm just like
No, trust me.
like
Hinge is the
something
one.
on the profile that would just make me think, oh yeah, no, this is a write-off or da-da-da-da.
Do you know what? I think you need to be open-minded. And I
For
think
real.
what you're doing is you're literally going there. You're going in there with with already like negative energy.
I tried to
And-
do that for 5 minutes. It didn't work. So
See?
basically, on
5
my
5
minutes.
minutes.
on my preferences, I changed it to preference everyone, open to all, right? Okay. All these like white men started messaging me and stuff. I started to panic. I was
Why?
like, this
No,
is
but
not a
I'm
bit
not
of
telling.
me.
I'm not telling you to do that. But when I say be open-minded,
Not go that
I
far.
mean, no, I didn't. Yeah, sis, you went all the way left. I mean, what I meant was like, just try not go in there with any preconceived notions of men. Like, just try and I know it's hard because this is the thing. I've been scorned, so I've ridden the men are trash wave. What?
I would never expected Crystal to get with a white guy. Never.
I would,
That's cool.
but I guess it's because
That's good.
I feel like it's because I know her better than you.
Mm.
So
So you're saying no to white men right now, right?
I personally
I hear
don't think
that.
I
I hear
can.
that.
Was
I
it
think-
just straight black man? You're just after a black guy or someone of culture.
Preferably, yeah. Someone,
You know
I
what?
can
Clap
definitely
that
date
out.
an
If
Arab.
that's too thing. I
Of
don't want
course
to
you
be.
can.
I don't want to be rude.
No. I can definitely date an Arab.
I said, of course she can.
No, not because of the money.
I'm joking.
Not because of the money, but that's also
Gotcha.
part of my background anyway. So
Okay, but you,
Yo, you telling me?
would you try dating apps?
You know what? Nah.
he's been catfished enough. Might as well.
Dating app's not really me though. And plus, Instagram is a dating app anyway. So if I want to use it for that, I can use Instagram.
Yeah.
So you don't think your wife is on Instagram?
I don't think my wife is anyway.
Yusuff, don't
know
say stuff like that with your mouth.
Yeah, for
You
real,
know,
man.
like,
Are you
ages ago,
alright?
Half the
when you
time.
said if anyone wants to get with you, it's like they should slide in your DMs
Yeah.
and you'll try and do. Did anyone try
No
and
one's
contact
gonna
you?
slide in her DMs to move to me. It's not gonna happen.
Why?
No.
You never
But
know.
would you
She
accept
said
it?
on the pod.
You know what it is?
What, did anyone jump in your DMs?
No, but I
Exactly.
think it's because it came across
As a
very
joke.
banterish.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because when I was in Dubai
Yeah.
and I was with Pat and Vess,
Yeah.
I did the same thing on Insta. And I was like, ladies, my boys are single. What are you
Yeah.
lot saying? They were flying. They literally slid in my DMs and was like, okay, cool. So I'll be like, all right, Brandon, what are you saying? I told her to slide.
Yeah.
And then Pat was like, and I was like, bruv, it's above me now. So you got to handle it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if I came across serious, because remember it's on the pod, and if you're like, no one's going to think it's
Exactly.
a serious matter. But I do feel like I have I have a quite extensive pool of females around.
It's
So
matchmaker.
I just want kids, to be honest. I don't think I have energy for men.
you want what kids?
Ameera.
Yeah. Oh, I have a lot of energy
Thank you very
for
much.
men.
Thank you very much. Nah, but
This one's good.
your words are very powerful in this world.
Yeah, how can you say that? I'm so
Because you know what it is, how I look
You
at
know
it.
what? You know what? I'm not one of them people who think just because I say it, it means it's gonna happen.
Nah,
That's why, innit?
but for example, let me give an analogy. You're on a football pitch, yeah?
Yeah.
You have a penalty. You go up to the penalty thinking, I'm gonna miss. You're gonna miss.
Okay.
You're gonna miss. You can't walk up to the penalty
You have
thinking,
to be
I'm not
positive,
gonna
yes.
score.
Different though, big man.
Nah,
Because this left foot here.
Oh, what about a job?
Seriously.
What about a job interview? You walk into a job interview, I'm not getting this job.
Yeah, but I'll never
You're
do
not
that,
getting
though.
a job.
But you're forgetting. I'm not going to take a penalty thinking I'm gonna miss. I'm going thinking I need to bang this in bottom left, big man. With a
Yeah.
job, I'm going and thinking I need to secure this job.
Yeah.
So why aren't you also thinking I need to secure this wife?
Because I'm finished in this game. I'm finished. I need to retire. I'm tired.
I want you to put it to the audience right now because there are enough voices in this room that are wise enough to console whatever happened on Saturday. Can you basically give us an example without actually giving us an example?
No, okay, forget about Saturday. Forget about Saturday. But
Saturday was a lot, innit?
He's still triggered.
I'm just tired.
Yeah,
bro.
but what is it?
No, but look at him.
What
He
is
looks
Brent?
knackered. He's tired.
I'm just tired. I'm tired.
What is it?
Tired.
Have you been disappointed?
Having to get to know people.
How many times are you
thinking
gonna
that
tell
found
people your favorite
someone
colour?
And then
Fam,
she's not the
listen.
person.
I
It's
go
like,
past that. I go past that.
How many times am I going to go through this?
Wait, why don't you just...
I am finished.
You know what? You know what? Sorry to... If you want to clap it, clap it. Why don't we just start like a date? You know how you did with Gene? Just do that for yourself.
What do you mean?
You was like, no Sex in the City, just with you. Because you say you want to...
Let's come on the pod and update
Nah,
you. I'm not
He
doing nothing.
doesn't-
No,
he
like,
doesn't have a
no.
problem with girls finding him attractive.
Oh, you just want to find the right girl, shall I?
Someone
Of
keeps
course.
disappointing him. Can you let us know without letting us know?
Someone keeps disappointing me.
Let me know what happened on Saturday.
No, it's not about Saturday, bro. I said I had a bad weekend. There is.
Talk to us.
I had a.
We're here to help you, man. We're here to help you.
I just
I
had
also
a
share.
lot of epiphanies, a lot of realizations, a lot of
Preach. Tell
I'm
me.
just like, rah, no, this is not for the pod though. It's not for
Fair
Clap,
enough,
clap.
fair enough.
Okay.
Now, if we clap, we're gonna be talking forever.
Well, I won't go with that.
But yeah, Brent, I'm just a tired man, bro. I'll be honest with you. I've been in the game for years. You know what I'm trying to say? Got medals. I mean,
Trophies.
got trophy, got Champions League. You know what I mean? I came fourth a couple times. I won the league a couple times. Got a couple FA Cups. You know what I mean? Got a couple Europas. Charity Shield.
Players, best player.
This person is not for you.
Ballon d'Or.
What? No, I'm
The
not
fact
talking
that
about
this person is
okay.
rattling you so much. This person's not for you.
No. Let's read it. I'm not talking about a person at all.
Let's just talk about it.
No, I'm not talking about a person.
What happened on Saturday?
I'm trying to Jedi mind trick you.
I never even said
This
something
was
happened on
Saturday.
Weekend.
Saturday was the party that Gina was meant to come to that I was rattled at, but I was just toast. That's all.
Sunday.
I said the whole weekend was just a whole of
Friday.
This is just a realization.
Man.
weekend.
Everything.
I mean,
So all 3 days, basically.
yeah. It's
But you know what? It's September, basically
Basically.
next week. Just from like 3-4 months, just be like, you know what? Go out in a positive mind. Not saying that you're not. Both of you,
I
you
don't
both
see
you
you
as
rolling
well.
your eyes. I can
Remember,
see you rolling your eyes.
no, I don't go out to find women. Like leave my house and
Yeah.
today I'm gonna find my
Oh
wife.
no,
It's up to
absolutely.
him.
But go out in an open mind. Not saying that you are. I don't know what you're doing basically day to day. You as well, Ameera. But just go out and be like, if that person speaks to me, give them the time of day.
Yeah, for you.
You know what? I'm gonna start.
People don't approach me like that.
I'm gonna start getting onto you. Like, I'm gonna make you accountable to me because I want you to be.
So basically,
I've
we
told
must
you.
marry before
No,
January.
it's not even that. No, because I've said to Yusuff for years, I just want my brother to, and he's not the only one. I've got a few guys around me, and I just want my brothers to be happy, and I want them to settle because they've been in the game for too long, and I've seen them be in the game for too long. So it's like I'm even tired for you. Do you get what I mean? And I just want you guys to just settle and be happy because that'll make me happy.
You know what? In time, it'll come, man.
Yeah, I
time it'll
agree. But I do also understand that if you've been in the game for ages, you might just get to a point where you're thinking, if this is long, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
But
How many years has Juve been trying to win the Champions League again?
Yeah.
Am I lying? Every year
but
they get knocked out.
I do
fam.
feel like if
Come
it's
on.
really if it's meant to be for you and it's what you truly want, I believe you'll get it.
I just want kids, man.
That part.
I just want kids at this point.
But then I feel like
You could easily have kids. But because that's not what you want. You could
No.
easily have kids.
No.
You want,
See,
you
I
want a
just-
full
No,
package.
kids with the right person.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so
important
this is
nowadays,
it.
boy.
This is it, and that right person is
No, but that right person doesn't have to be my wife.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So
sorry.
you want companionship, but you don't want to get married. So you just don't
Not
want to tag them.
necessarily. I just want kids at this point right now.
Yeah, but kids with their mother in the picture.
Of course, yeah.
With you
tired.
also.
Yeah, we could co-parent.
So you want to,
I am done.
I don't understand.
Do you want a co-parent?
a co-parent
But
situation.
co-parent means that you're not with the woman, right?
No,
Yeah.
So that's what you want.
maybe.
Can you clap, Brent?
Why?
No, because I'm
She's
about
gonna
to
say
say
something.
something.
Oh.
Thank you. You can clap back in now.
No. We
Oh,
You,
no.
you gotta leave that
absolutely not.
in, boy. We gotta leave that.
Absolutely
That is
not.
golden
Oh,
content right
baby.
there.
My niece and nephew listen.
Man
It's
said
all
clap
right,
back
you
in,
know.
big man. This
I
is
tell
already
them,
out.
tell them this week, yeah, you can't listen to this one.
This is already
You can't
been-
listen
it's
to
already been
this.
released.
There's no episode this week.
She was like, when you go on there, don't say anything that's too much of a write off.
It's
I was
alright.
like, yeah, I won't.
I'll put a trigger warning for the men. It's all right.
Yeah. Go on.
No, please.
Clap.
No, you
No,
can't-
he needs to clap.
No, you
Ask him.
gotta keep that
Can
in.
you clap?
Yes.
Oh, no, Brent,
Keep that
please.
in.
Oh, my God.
And if
Boy.
you hear it on Sunday, don't message me.
I absolutely
Yeah.
will.
Listen to him.
No, but he's not on Instagram.
He is. No,
He
he's not.
is. He's on. He's
He's
on.
on Brent's on all the apps.
He's on
every app.
All the apps.
Every app there
His
is.
face ain't just ain't there.
I'll add you afterwards, basically. So you'll know I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
I can add you. No, to be honest.
If you see a page that just
What's
says
Instagram?
darling this, darling that, that's Brent.
What's Instagram?
Ameera, Ameera.
Hella poetry.
M-E.
Underscore.
Ah, got you.
Okay.
I think with relationships generally, people don't specifically know what they want. They don't specifically know what they want, or they can't articulate what they want. So there are a lot of people who say outwardly, "Oh, yeah, I want a relationship," but really they don't. Really, they want a sex companion and a therapist, or they want
Jeez.
someone who's gonna
Damn.
fund
And
their
the
lifestyle, and so like I keep going on about it, but that book attached, I think it's gonna help a lot of people because you actually realize who you are, and then you can start to have honest conversations with yourself in terms of what do I actually want. I'm saying I want a relationship, but I'm just seeing people casually. I can say I want a relationship, but if someone actually shows me genuine interest, I run away. It might be because you don't actually want a relationship, and that's fine. I feel like people think you have to be in a relationship, you have to have the children, you have to do these things because our parents have done these things. Does it actually work for you? Does it actually make you happy? Getting into the relationship, do you feel happier than when you were single? But having a child, is it? I mean, that's a bit of a harder one, but like, will having a child actually make you happier than being with your committed partner? Like, do things that actually work for you, not because they are in this set manual of life.
A lot of people don't want to do the work that you're saying. Like, it's too much work. 'Cause
And we've done it
even-
already, big man.
And even
tired.
sometimes you have a conversation with someone, like let's say you meet someone new and there's a conversation on like exes and stuff. It's my ex is horrible, they're wicked, they did this, they did that. Like
Red
there's
flag.
no self-awareness. Like you're not able to dig deep and say, you know what, yeah, they
Have to
did
be
all of that,
accountable.
but these are the things I did wrong as well. These are the things I could have done better. Things like that is scary, especially at the age that we're at. It's like, come on. You can't still be running with the whole, like, my ex is all awful. Like, you were with them for however
They can't
much
have been
time.
that awful,
Yeah, do you know what I
basically.
mean? He's over it.
Don't give up.
Don't worry, man.
What else is on your
I'm
docket?
a what's it called? I'm gonna have some words.
Listen.
She has faith.
I do. I honestly do. And there's people around me. I've got people around me who are like in their late 30s who are single, like guys, like who are like family friends. They're like 38, and I'm
But I
like,
think it's all right when guys are older and single, you
And
know?
I still
feel
look-
for
I still
women,
look
it's
at
a bit
them.
leave it.
no, I'm not gonna lie. So I was saying how when I look at my friendship group, I feel like we really didn't like rush to settle down or like, do you know what I mean?
You don't have the option?
In the sense of, yeah, I feel like we did. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
When we talk about, like, we all have had opportunities to settle down with someone and chose not to. Not even in a gassed way, but like, I guess for me, it at the time would have felt like settling. And I knew that I wasn't ready. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is like, when I was like, in my teens, I believed that, I'm going to be married with kids by like 25. And then I got to 25 and it was not happening. But then I wasn't rattled that it wasn't happening. Like, I was just like, oh, okay, cool. And now I'm 31. And I'm just like, I never thought I'd be 31 and not married with kids. It's weird. But then when I look at my group, only one of us is married with a child. So we're kind of all in the same Do you know what I mean? But then I look at other friendship groups and it's like they're all married, they've all got kids, or like people do things differently. I just feel like it wasn't like on the forefront of our mind. Like we didn't make it a priority. You know how for some people it's like, I need to get married, I need to settle down.
That's how my family is.
Yeah, I feel like with my group, we were interested, but the commitment also wasn't there. Like we were too busy living our best lives and enjoying like life and stuff. So now I'm like, wow, we're in our 30s and like only one of us has had a child, only one's married, and everyone's kind of like, we're all kind of in the same position, but we're all right, we're good with it. Do you get what I mean?
You're good because you have a boyfriend.
What's that?
What? I'm good with a boyfriend.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, but
Oh, you have to exit on the mic, bro.
Oh yeah, say goodbye.
Say goodbye, man. Creep out of that.
I thought he was going to the toilet. I didn't hear to
I'm
leave.
really gonna do a crystal, you know.
Thank you very much for inviting me on.
No, on the mic.
Oh shit! I was saying thank you very much for inviting me on, man. Like Yusuff and Gina. It's a lovely pod.
Thanks for coming,
Thank
bro.
you.
This
for
episode's
coming.
gonna be juicy.
Come
If
on.
it doesn't get edited out.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, man. See
No
you later.
problem, bro.
Thank
Bye,
you. Thank you for
lovely
coming.
meeting you.
Lovely meeting you in
for coming.
person.
See you,
See you
bro.
on Twitter. XOXO. Sorry.
See you later, everyone. Take care.
In a bit,
Bye.
in a bit.
That's the guy who is from a place with volcanoes
Of
and goats.
the island. Brent, stop saying goats.
Later.
Island boy.
Alright, sorry, bro.
Oh, he said I'm good because I have a boyfriend. I'm saying, yeah and no, because I do believe that for me, yeah, for me,
Them disclosures there.
I feel like if I was single at this age, I would still be okay with it because I'd throw myself into work, to be honest with you.
I like how you just rolled your eyes there, man.
No, because it's not like it's not the end of the world, but you know what it is for me? I just feel like I don't want to settle. And I don't want to settle. So I
Some
know what
people
I'm
make
like. Like,
mistakes.
I'm not gonna, if I was 30 and single, I'm not gonna get with the next guy because I'm 30 and single and have a child with him because I'm 30 and single. So I'd like to believe that I would. Why are you laughing so hard?
Huh?
Why are you laughing
He's in
so
his
hard?
phone, that's why.
Sorry, so I was watching something.
Oh, I would like to believe. I'd like to believe that I'd still genuinely be okay because I can't come and settle. But that's just me.
I hear you.
I mean, Yusuff's over this conversation, so
Yeah.
No, I'm not over the conversation. I got nothing else to contribute.
So as personal trainers, what are y'all what was your take on the botched BBL?
With Renee.
are fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, you
It's
get what you pay for.
Was it good that she came out and basically
No, it's
sort of-
sad, and I'm happy that she's been honest and open about her experience and what's happened post-surgery, because it needs to be spoken about, because women don't often speak out about how the surgery went wrong. They
yeah.
just kind of pretend that everything's rosy. So I'm happy
Yeah.
that she's outspoken enough and brave enough to be like, you know what? I done it. It fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm fucked up. Don't do it. Don't be like me. It's good.
But I also do believe that you get what you pay for, though. I'm sorry, but I've said this on so many occasions on the pod. I do not, for me, that kind of surgery it's a big surgery and it's life-changing, right?
Yeah.
And from what I understand, it's classed as 2 surgeries because obviously you're getting fat taken from one part and put into
liposuction.
another. So it's 2 completely separate surgeries. So for it to cost £3,000 in my head, mind-blowing. Like, it's too accessible, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So for me, again, this is all personal. I would, if I'm gonna risk my life and go for something, do something as major as that, I'm gonna make sure
it
that
costs twice as much.
yeah, and I know that not everyone has the money. No, but Brent, it's about quality. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And she's not the only one I've seen that looks botched. I'm going to be honest. And she's not the only, like there's a few, not even a few, there's a fair amount of girls who all go to the same place in Turkey because of the price. And you all come out with these, do you get what I'm trying to say?
But dude,
So anyway,
isn't the Turkish man supposed to be your best friend? Why is he messing up?
I don't know what you're talking about me, boy.
Why is he
That's
messing up our women?
Yusuf's boy. But
You get in there.
I
Shout out
do
with the Turks.
I do appreciate her coming out and being transparent because it's hard, and her coming out like that, you are going to get a lot of people saying you deserved it, you shouldn't have gone and got surgery. And I'm not saying that. My thing is for me, it's quality over whatever in it. So that's where I feel like people, not just her, people need to do a lot more research and understand that this is a life-changing situation. So if you can't afford to do it properly, in my opinion, don't do it at all. I'm not opposed to surgery. There was another conversation that spewed from it talking about the gym versus BBL debate and how the fitness industry preys on insecure women, especially girls with lack of the derriere, which is why glute guides and stuff pertaining to growing your glutes is so popular, and etc, etc, etc. And I feel like when it comes to these topics, a part of me always feels like I can't speak on it because I'm speaking from a place of privilege based on genetics. But I also work extremely hard for my physique. So yes, genetics do play a role, but also I go hard. So I feel like I have the best of both, and I know that not everyone is in my position. So I'm not against surgery in the sense of not doing it and go to the gym to grow your bum, because I do understand that some physiques that people want to achieve can't be built in a gym. And I'm never going to sit here and lie to you and say that it can. However, if there's been no attempt, for me, it's about how hard are you willing to work? Because I know people that have had surgery personally and have ended up in my gym in front of me saying, Gina, I want a body like you. And I always say, how, if you went, like, you can't use me as your goal, because I haven't had surgery. And I don't even mean this in a rude way, but you've ended back in the gym. So because you went and done surgery and you didn't realize or anticipate the hard work that comes with maintaining such a physique anyway, regardless of whether it's been manufactured or whether it's natural, maintaining a certain physique takes work. So you've done surgery, you've healed, and now you're still with the bad habits, the bad lifestyle, and you've ended up not back to square one, but do you get what I mean? And it's like, that's the part of surgery that I feel like people also don't take into consideration. You think it's just a one-term fix, but it's not, because maintenance is still something that you have to do. It's like getting a brand new car and then not taking it for service, or like not doing things like to keep up the maintenance, or not putting petrol in your car, or not washing. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that's what a lot of people lack. But then at the same time, I feel like I'm waffling. Sorry, please tell me to shut up and I'll get there. But there's also like the issue of society pushing a certain look or like narrative of what women are meant to look like and what is sexy and what men like. And I genuinely believe that most girls that get surgery is for attention. And people will sit here and tell me, no, I did it for myself. But I'm just like, no, you have to just be honest. You wanted it, you done it also to boost your confidence. But what comes with boosting your confidence is the attention from not even just necessarily males, it can even be females, but getting that praise. Do you get what I mean? So it's what everyone's kind of pushing in your face. And I strongly believe if social media didn't exist, there would not be this influx of BBLs in our community. I don't believe that it would be such a common thing that people our age were even being able to access. Do you get what I mean? From time you're getting these clinics DMing you, like Nella Rose, when they were like, oh, hey, Nella, we love you think you're beautiful, but we think you'd look so much better if you got a BBL. And then they edited her picture and showed her what she would look like if she had a BBL done. Really? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen those companies. That's weird.
Yeah, it's mad.
I think the point you make is valid, because it's like a lot of the surgery done, they generally look the same. It's like the same kind of mold.
Yeah.
So like if it was more of a thing for confidence and your own self-image, maybe people would just generally look a bit different. But because people look similarly in that same mold, and it does lend to the argument of that they're doing it for attention, because it's the look. I mean, it's hard because people.
And what's gonna happen if in 10 years' time that's no longer the look? Like, do you get what I mean? Not saying it won't, but
the long-term effects of this on the actual body, because you're putting undue stress on the body. Like, you know, it's because we're writing hair on we're pioneering this stuff.
I was gonna say, do you know where we're not at that stage of it's been around for like hundreds of years, so people have seen like the aftermath, or where people have got old and grey, and like we've seen what it's done. Like everyone's literally just kind of like doing it at the same time. So it's literally like the first series of an Apple Watch or an Apple phone, and we're gonna see in years to come like what the long-term effects are, because right now no one really knows.
Also the long-term effects of social media, that's again one of the things we're like right there at the beginning. So like we have this thing where you either were or you are in social media. So we don't actually know the long-term effects. It could be detrimental and it's the worst thing ever for all of us, but we don't know right now because we're just in it. And or it could be the best thing, but literally we're literally in it and just exploring. And it's interesting because our children will be born with it, and so they won't know a world without it. It's just going to be that. So they could be even better test subjects in terms of how it affects you, because you'll have your parents who maybe not had it at all, us who had it and not had it, and then parents who just had it, and so you can definitely then see how it affects different people. But it's just there's so much stimulus and stuff that with being thrown at us, we don't actually know the long term effects. So it's like, okay, do these things, but like more check on how you feel, how it affects you, rather than I'm doing this because I want to fit in with the society that changes every day.
Literally.
No, facts, baby. All right.
Ameera, you always joke about getting surgery. I don't know if you're joking or being truthful though, because you talk about it a lot. Yeah. So, what is your opinion on?
So, see, Renee, it was actually quite scary, and a few of my friends sent it to me because I'm somebody that actively says that I want to do surgery.
So, what surgery do you want to do?
BBL.
Okay, and why do you want to do BBL?
Because unfortunately, I wasn't born with a bum.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm overweight as well. So, but I've always had an insecure about my bum anyway.
Okay.
So I always wanted to do it, but then during lockdown, because I'm gonna turn 30 in November, so I said to myself, okay, like I've got from now until November to try and see how much weight I can lose, like what different things I can do. And the worst thing is, like, I know you guys say it as well. Like I feel like every PT always says that you can't exercise and not change like your eating habits, but I've got a soul tied to rice and pasta. Do you know what I mean? And it's so bad because during lockdown, like I started exercising. Like at first I was walking and I was jogging, and like now I'm running. Like I never knew I could do like a 5K and 8K. Like these are all things that I can do, and it's bad because I feel like, okay, like I've improved health wise, but you're still the same size. Like it's really demotivating.
But this is the point I made earlier, right? So you've got a soul tie to rice and pasta.
Like I can't not eat it.
And you're gonna go do a BBL and still have a soul tie to rice and pasta.
But
no. But do you understand? But do you understand?
This is my thought process.
But do you understand what I mean though? Because like I said, there's girls I know personally who I've trained who have gone and got surgery and still continue their eating habits, and now they've put on weight on top of their surgery. And remember, when you've moved fat from one place and put it into a place that it's not naturally meant to be in, it's gonna grow back not in a natural way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they look, I wouldn't say worse than
But
before.
I'll still exercise.
You can't out-train a bad diet, babe.
No, but I would get the BBL and then still exercise. Because basically I wasn't gonna get a BBL because in my mind I was thinking, by the time lockdown's finished, and my birthday comes, like I would have already sorted out it's not working.
But then my thing is, no, I get what you're saying, but for me, I think if you were my client, my focus would be on changing your mindset, because you can't have a soul tie to something that is powerless.
Yeah.
Rice and pasta. I'm going to be, do you know what I mean?
Because I even thought, you know what, even if I don't get a BBL, like maybe I might get, I can't remember what it's called, a gastric bypass.
Okay, remember, don't annoy me.
No, I'm being serious. I was
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Don't annoy me, because most people who get gastric bypasses are morbidly obese.
Oh no, because the reason why I wanted to do it is because
to shrink your stomach.
Force me to not eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like it shrinks your stomach and you can only eat a little bit. So even if I've got a plate of pasta, a plate of rice in front of me, I can only eat it to a certain extent and feel full, and then I can still lose weight that way. But yeah, because the closer it's getting to November, I'm not gonna lie.
If I'm honest,
the BBL is looking like it's gonna happen.
I don't think you can use like your soul tie to
rice as an excuse. Yeah, I'm literally listening to you.
I'm gonna give you tough love right now. That's bullshit.
Bruv.
Heartbreaking.
No, because I'm literally listening to you,
BS,
and
it's
that's the attitude that, can I be honest? I hate it.
It's
and it's laziness.
No, it's not. I try. Like, I will even show you my Nike app, right?
No. I'm talking about not
so like from
not the training.
Yeah.
Forget the training, the foods. Tell me how you've tried, how long you've gone on, how consistent have you been? And do you want me to tell you what? Do you want me to tell you what my answer is? You don't want it bad enough, Ameera. Do you know why? I'm telling you, no, facts.
I will cry.
You don't want it. You don't want it bad enough. And I'm saying that only. I'm saying it only.
Actually do.
Ameera, you don't.
Ameera,
you don't.
If you wanted it bad enough, you wouldn't use rice and pasta
as an excuse to go get surgery.
You'd that would be the least of your worries. Because
Ameera.
if you wanted it bad enough,
Yeah.
you would remove those things from your diet.
Literally.
Trust me.
You
don't want it bad enough.
You don't want it bad enough. And
You're
How though? I'm black.
what does that mean?
What?
What do you mean?
What?
Like, what am I
How does
supposed
she
to
remove
eat?
rice and pasta? She said?
No, but Ameera, okay, so there's so many ways here. Okay, so this is the thing, right?
reprogramming needs to.
There's so many
Man said I'm
ways
black, you know.
you can eat rice and pasta and it fit your lifestyle and it work for you.
No,
Yusuff,
I've
do you eat rice and
seen-
pasta?
No,
I've
not really.
seen it, but then
I eat rice
it's
a
like
little
it's
bit.
this much rice.
Yeah, and that's in your head though. So okay, Ameera, like these, and what does that mean? It's
This
that much
much
rice,
rice.
but you're still eating rice though.
Hold on,
So
what-
because you
what-
want a fist size,
What's
so because you
that?
want to
that
eat,
before after you cook it.
No, that's
cooked.
like when it's cooked.
yeah.
That's not doing anything for
Yeah,
me.
but Ameera, but this is the point I'm making, yeah. Let's just say, you like, okay, I want you to hear what you're saying.
Mhm.
Because of rice and pasta, I'm gonna go
And-
under the
and cheese.
and cheese. I'm gonna go under the knife and potentially risk my life because we do know that is no. This is
I'm
facts.
not doing it because of that. I'm
No,
doing
I'm-
it so I can have a nice shape.
No, but also you when I asked you why do you want it, you gave me that as an answer. You didn't not give it to me as an answer. So I'm only going off what you've told me. You're gonna go and potentially have a life risk. Is it life risking?
Yeah.
Surgery, just so you can in the long term live a life that allows you to eat rice and pasta. Although eating rice and pasta even after the surgery could potentially put you back in the position you were in prior, but because do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like if I'm outweighing it, and that's what I meant by I'm not opposed to people getting surgery, but your why has to be better than a lazy excuse.
So
And
if
if
you
you've
do-
tried everything, as in, I even asked you in terms of consistency, you were like, oh, yeah, it's true. If you can tell me you've consistently, and when I say consistency, I'm not talking about 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Even 6 months to me is not consistent to have it to completely change your physique. Because remember, everybody's body is different. So don't be fooled by
No, but
someone's
on YouTube,
Instagram.
there's people that have lost
Yeah, but that's
like
the
50
But did you not hear what?
months.
But I literally just said, don't be fooled by someone saying, "Oh, I lost weight in 6 weeks," or "I lost weight in 4 weeks." Everybody's body is different. You've got hormones that come into play in regards to weight loss. It's about
I think the problem is it's not motivating enough. I think, like, for example, if like when I first started running and exercising and stuff, I think if I was losing even a little bit of weight as I was going, that would have gave me more motivation to continue. Whereas now, the only reason why I keep exercising is because I actually feel nice. Like when
Yeah.
I've gone for a run now, like I actually feel better. So I'm now doing it more for mental reasons
Yeah.
rather than physical
Physical.
reasons. But when I first started, it was just for physical reasons.
yeah,
But if I didn't get the side effect of feeling better,
you wouldn't
and, like,
continue.
sleeping better, I wouldn't have continued and I would have given up, and that would have been unfortunate. And it's a thing of I feel like I know, of course, I need to change my eating, but I feel like it's not fair.
No, but
It's
Ameera,
like-
life's not fair though.
It's
No,
fair.
it's
Hold on,
not.
one
Life's
second,
not
one second.
fair.
It's
not
not
fair.
fair.
Not everyone's
Like,
not everyone's born skinny.
I've been trying. I know I haven't been trying food wise, but I've
Yeah.
been trying exercise wise.
But you can't
And-
out-train a bad
No, but
diet.
hold on, what do you mean it's not fair? Let's focus on that for a second.
In my mind, I feel like, you know, when Marv, I think last week, they're on the pod when
I was
he
talking about
like,
gym. People go
like,
gym.
There's people that have been in the gym for 3 years
Yeah.
and like nothing's changed. and
Yeah, but then,
da, da, da.
so these are the things that, and what did we say? They're not doing it properly. You're not doing it properly. You're running and you're still eating bad. So again, like, it's do you get what I'm trying to
I think-
say?
But when I finish exercising, I'm hungry.
Yeah, so
Ameera,
then
I think
eat.
for you, it's definitely a mindset thing. Your mindset is all wrong in regards to this.
Yeah.
But how do you change that? If someone comes to you guys and says, okay, like I've got my problem,
Yeah.
what do you say to them? Oh, go change your mindset.
Yeah, no,
I don't
you
say
have
go
to-
to
you
the
have to
mindset.
work
With
on
me,
it.
I have a conversation with them. I try and find out the root cause of their issue. And I give them advice, alternatives,
Yeah.
ways that they can adapt their diet, and ways they can wean themselves off their diet. It's not going to be a cold turkey process.
100%.
And it's a hard process. It's not easy, but it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of persistence. It takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of balls, and you can't be weak
Yeah.
and subdue to like, because I'm going to give you the benefit of doubt and not make it seem like it's just rice and pasta. Like, it's a food issue.
Yeah.
It's not
yeah,
just
yeah,
those
yeah.
two things. It's a
Yeah.
diet issue, right?
Yeah.
Cool. It's not easy to wean yourself off a bad diet. It's something you got to do over time. But you got to change your mindset. You got to be, and that's why I say you don't want it enough. I think you want it, but I think at the same time you're very comfortable in who you are.
Yeah. 100%.
You're a confident person. You're kind of happy with who you are. If you would like this for your whole life, you wouldn't really care, but you would like it to be better, right?
What? So say that last part again.
If you were to stay as you are for your rest of your life, you wouldn't really kill you, but you would like to be different.
Burn 3 calories. Sorry.
Oh, that why I've been thinking this girl's sitting down. She keeps checking her calories.
I want to hit 1,000 and it's on 997.
Stand up, do some star jumps.
I'm gonna actually stand up.
Go
I
on.
swear.
No, do some star jumps or something. No, I don't think you want it bad enough. And if you do want it bad enough, you're not showing it. You're not trying hard enough. Like, trust me, the excuses you're giving. Like sometimes tough love is needed in these scenarios.
So they're dead, basically.
It's bullshit.
Yes.
It's very BS. Like, miss me with this bullshit.
Ameera, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not having it. And I think there's like I said, there's so many ways around it. You just haven't explored all the options. And
I think if you lot were I think with me the worst part is I haven't always been fat. So I actually used to be an athlete when I was younger. So I used to do 100 meters and 200 meters, and I constantly always used to train. And I always constantly used to train.
999,
baby. Of course, like when I went to uni and stuff, like I've stopped all of that. And then when I've put on weight, it was just like, oh, so this is how I used to be one of those people like, oh, how do people get fat?
Okay.
Like, you know, like all you need to do is exercise. And because when I was younger, I didn't have the best diet. I still eat like how I was eating when I was younger. But in my mind, it was like, oh, I was exercising all the time. Maybe that's why I was slim. And it's like, oh, maybe if I start exercising again, it would help. But of course, nothing.
But do you know
really
what's
changed.
also
It didn't help.
changed? Your metabolism, you've got older,
Yeah.
your hormones. Remember, they always say the older you get, the harder it is to lose weight anyway. The body starts naturally slowing down and it's just a natural process. So that's the time.
But food-wise, the only thing I've tried to do is fasting.
Intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
Yeah, it was fine. But when I'm breaking my fast, of course.
You're gonna. This is what people.
Obviously, I'm not a PT, but generally it's calories in, calories out. So
Definitely.
so you want to be burning more than you're taking in.
Yeah.
So like tracking food has really helped me because I also love food, but I loved looking better and feeling better more than I loved food. So I started intermittently fasting. It changed my relationship with food because it made me focus more on eating what sustained me and filled me up rather than what I liked to eat, what the taste I like. So I think it sounds like for your
you got like less than
scenario, you kind of like you're good and exercising. Exercising is good within itself.
This is a podcast. Are you aware?
This girl's trying to burn calories while we're doing.
No, it's the crosstalk.
Oh, he didn't care about that. I was just talking. Sorry.
Obviously.
But like it's just doing exercise is not going to be enough. It's about restructuring your diet. It's about getting some of the stuff from like veg and stuff, which will fill you up in ways that maybe rice will.
Yeah.
I just think. Anyway, I'll talk to you after. We could talk after pod.
Let's do songs of the week.
Hey man, this exchange has been fantastic.
I know you really. I saw your face.
Absolutely fantastic.
Your face was like, "Go on, guys, give them the knowledge."
And your transparency as well. Again, fantastic.
No, I can tell that Ameera's open. Like
Yeah.
I can based on her tweets. I can tell freeze it up.
I'm actually really that bad.
No, you're not that bad.
No, you're not.
And plus, I don't see everything you tweet, but I see some of them like, rah, she's going at the guys again. It's only Monday. All right, cool. I'm sure you guys have prepared your songs, right?